But first, how many of you out there are 100 years old? More than you might think. National statistics say there are 14,000 centenarians in the UK.
And that's enough to fill the Birmingham Arena.
Wow.
Yeah, although presumably they need a lot more toilets.
The latest addition to that exclusive 100 club received her telegram from the Queen this very morning. And as her granddaughter writes, she's a big fan of this show. Aw, here's what she wrote.
20 seconds.
Where's my fucking water? I made it very clear I need a glass of water after exercise, or else white saliva forms at the corners of my mouth. Whose is this?
That's mine. Careful, it's fizzy.
What?
And I'm delighted to say Rose Haig joins us on the line now. Rose, are you there, my love?
Well, of course I'm here. Where else would I be?
Rose, many congratulations. Excuse me. Congratulations.
Hello?
There we go. Rose, can you tell us where...
No, leave it here. Here. Because if you leave it there, I can't reach it, you stupid girl.
Rose, I believe your father was a captain
Now, of course,
stationed in the
I
army.
grew up in the Raj, 1930s.
Yes.
It's perfectly pleasant. One can be rather misty-eyed. Of course, the hangover was rather botched. Mountbatten did what he could, poor old Dickie, Ratchet.
That's lovely. I was just wondering about the secret to your old age.
I'm talking, young man.
What?
You
Sorry.
normally interrupt people when they're speaking.
I've been called a young man for quite some time.
Stop mumbling. Why are you staring at me? What's your name?
I'm a Partridge.
Your point being, we had a houseboy. Not a friend, you understand, an
Right.
employee.
Okay.
He used to run errands, and we called him Brownie.
Right.
Not the sharpest of fellows, but curiously, he was not an Indian.
Okay.
He was a Negro. And they are very different, because whilst physically stronger, they...
Oh dear, we seem to have lost Rose there. But yes, a great achievement and a colourful character.
Different times, and apologies there for the wind and the racism. Oh, Ruth, sorry again for the misunderstanding with your father.
Water under the bridge.
Yeah, it's just that I had not seen him in the studio before, and the reason I said I thought I told you to wait in the car was because I mistook him for my Uber driver. I don't know if you know, but the picture they show on the app, it's quite small.
To be honest, I quite enjoyed watching you squirm.
Hi, Ruth.
She never gives me a bloody inch, this one.
Going live in 5, 4.
Welcome back.
Now, as part of our crackdown on crime season, today we're looking at punishment. Yesterday, we heard your views on the return of flogging. But today, is mass imprisonment still good policy? Ruth Duggan joins us to tell us about a very different approach.
That's right, Jenny, because for the last 24 hours, Alan has been wearing an electronic tag. Voluntarily, I should add.
Yes, you should, if you don't mind.
Sorry, wouldn't want to cast you in a bad light.
Yeah, don't do that, we'll get letters.
Yeah, seriously, some people just don't like it.
So, Ruth, tell us about the tag. How does it work?
So tags allow probation services to monitor compliance with home detention curfews.
Essentially, if you aren't home when you're meant to be, it raises the alarm.
Not quite right.
OK.
The latest tags, like the one you wore, monitor all of an offender's movements 24/7 using GPS.
Right, I see. I thought you told me...
Allowing us to track all their movements in real time or call up anywhere they've been over the last 24 hours.
Wow.
Right. Something civil liberties groups might well take issue with.
Yes. So this is your movement map for the 24 hours that you wore it.
OK.
And we can see that you made a few excursions during the day, starting with a trip to a swimming pool between 10 and 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Put in a few lengths.
Well, we know from the pool's website that it was water aerobics from 10 till 11.
Yes, this week I did do that.
Then there was a visit to Svensson Cosmetic Solutions. Is that a clinic? You were there for an hour just after 2 p.m.
No idea.
Well, we know you were.
No idea.
But it was you who went there. You don't remember?
Nothing.
It was yesterday, Alan.
That's something a probation officer might flag.
Hair clinic?
Likewise, your next stop, a visit to a clothes shop.
Ah, yes. McGovern's of Norwich, gentlemen's outfitters. They made me a pair of twill pleated notchback trousers for the Goodwood Revival Festival, which I needed to get fitted with an elastic waist. I'm afraid when it comes to my battle with my waistline, I'm waving the white flag. Not too self-conscious to admit that, which proves I wasn't trying to conceal anything earlier.
You went back and forth to the gents' outfitters 16 times.
That's correct.
Which, again, a probation officer would query as it might imply illicit activity.
Or even indicate mental health issues.
Could do. I mean, I do 10 Sudokus a week, but yeah, could do.
Well, you can see how it looks odd.
Not really. I went to town to drop my trousers off, then it started raining, so I ran home, and then I remembered I'd driven into town, so I ran back to the car park for my car, but realised I'd left my parking ticket at home. So I went back home to get my parking ticket, but couldn't get in because I left my house keys in the car. So I walked back to the car, got the house keys, walked back home, went in, got the parking ticket, walked back into town for the car and drove it back home. Then McGovern's called to say my trousers were ready. So drove back into town, got the trousers, but I realised I'd left my wallet at home, so I couldn't leave the car park again. Walked home, got my wallet, then walked back to get my car, but I left my car keys at home. So then I walked back to the car and drove home. Then I realised McGovern's had given me the wrong trousers, so I drove back to town, swapped them for the right ones before walking home.
Right, that means you left your car.
Forget the car. I'm not bothered about the car. I was in pain. My scalp was bleeding.
Ruth Duggan, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So a bit of banter.
OK.
Just keep it light.
Yeah.
OK.
OK.
Off we go.
Right.
Norfolk today with Eddie Shepherd and Terry Cohen.
Good evening.
Good morning.
Yes.
This is North Norfolk today.
In case you're wondering if Eddie Shepherd has had his adenoids removed or has finally cut down on the fags, neither is true. You're listening to Alan Partridge. Eddie's adenoids continue to block the vast majority of his nasal passages, and he continues to smoke like a gangster in a 1940s film, who even the other gangsters think, smokes to excess, and tell him so.
And Alan's in for Eddie all week. It's great to have you with us, Alan.
Pleasure to be here.
Very welcome.
Thank you. And thank you. I'm very happy to be on the show. I listen to it every morning.
Oh, do you?
In Cafe Nero, yes. By default. I mean, they pipe it in. So
right.
You provide the soundtrack while I chomp on my egg panini with extra egg. An extra egg.
Sounds delicious.
It is.
It's 7:01.
Very nearly.
And it's time for a review of today's papers with Alan.
Right you are. So I have got some big tits for you. Tits bits. Gobbling tit bits.
Freudian slip there. Oh dear, sorry about that.
I don't know what all the fuss is about, really. I mean, they're just pointed sacks of fat on the upper torso of a woman, for goodness sakes. What's the big deal, people? I mean, we've all got our favourite, gland. Mine happens to be the mammary. The Independent leads with government in secret spending cuts.
That's yesterday's paper you got there, Alan.
Right, I've read all yesterday's papers. What am I going to do? And now traffic and travel.
We haven't got that in yet. We haven't got traffic and travel.
That's fine. The roads today are fairly normal. I'm being told that there are potentially going to be some hold-ups. Nothing major, nothing that I can be specific about at this stage, but generally be vigilant, drive in a normal way, and stay tuned for more traffic updates. I hope that is helpful. The police also say to be careful if the roads are icy, but they're not suggesting they are at the moment, though they may be. Just keep your eye. Just drive sensibly, for Christ's sakes.
7:03.
The news read by Alan Partridge. A body believed to be that of missing teacher Alan Weybridge has been found in Thetford Woodland by a man walking his dog. He finds a lot of bodies, this guy walking his dog. If I was the police, I'd be wanting to talk to Rex and his mysterious owner. And Norwich residents have expressed dismay after the newly opened library was vandalised by youths. If you ask me, that's Banksy's fault, so thanks, Banksy. Thanksy. Easy. And a quick announcement from the team here at Norfolk Digital. Today sees the launch of new guidelines for on-air conduct following the temporary suspension of the disc jockey Alan Partridge. What about Banksy? I mean, it starts with a picture of a couple of coppers having a kiss, which makes you think about society. But it ends with the grotesque spectacle of a big willy daubed on the side of our motorway footbridge. That's the news. The robot time is 15:30. I'm Alan Partridge, in for Dave Clifton.
Drive time. Come on, Norfolk. Let's go home.
Let's hear where you enjoy a coffee sponsored by Costa. Leonard in Yaxham.
I have a black coffee on the way to school.
How old are you?
5.
OK, does Mummy know you do this?
Your mummy or my mummy?
Your Mummy, obviously.
Where's Sidekick Simon?
He's gone to work at a website that aggregates content. Absolutely meaningless.
Are you sad or happy?
Happy. Thanks for your call. Percy in Deptford.
I like to sit outside my ex-wife's house.
Hello?
Norfolk Digital.
Okay,
Norfolk's best music mix.
The phone system's down. I can't get any callers. Hello? Anyone? The brain of Carol Vorderman, the body of Carol Vorderman, the face of Julia Bradbury, hands Nanette Newman, legs Jessica Ennis, backside of a Strictly Come Dancer, stitch it all together, and Bob's your uncle. You could call it Bob. Jotted down traffic lights, and I'm going to stick my neck out here and say that I think that amber is obsolete because it stems from a period where today's Celebrity Big Head did that. Edmonds again, or did I? Was it Hannaford? I don't know why I'm asking you. I'm not actually sure if anyone's listening. Could be talking to myself. Yesterday's quick-fire phone-in only yielded 3 calls. My mistake. I think panel beating was too narrow a topic. So today we're going to open it out with the question, what is the best thing? What's the best thing of all? So far we've got Sky Plus, a cup of Brazil nuts. That was amusing. Livestock, valid. And wet wipes. That was a fascinating call from an elderly lady in Hempton. Let's have some more. Line 2.
The first smile of a newborn.
Who could not like that? Who could not like that, though?
Herod.
Yes, Herod. That's right. He was a baby killer.
He enjoyed... Yes, he killed lots of babies.
He did. We don't like him. Line 4, Sean.
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be your radio show, Alan.
Oh, yeah. I have no need to... You've saved me a lot of money on toilet paper now because you've already done the job for me, as it were.
You're arse licker.
Yeah, all right. Well, obviously that's the implication, Line 6, Stuart.
It's sliced bread.
What about sliced bread?
Sliced bread, it's the best thing, isn't it? That's what people say. They say it's the best thing. Sliced bread is.
Well, that's a phrase, but it's not actually the best thing, is it?
Can I have a T-shirt?
No, of course you can't. That's just a turn of phrase.
Yeah, but it's the best thing, isn't it? Because also it's what people say in the thing. They say the best thing.
I know they say that. I'm familiar with the phrase, but it's just a turn. It's not literally true.
Then why do people say it? Of course
because
it's true.
It's not.
Sliced bread is the best thing. It's the best thing. It's sliced bread.
If you keep saying it, sure, it's not going to make it any more true.
We all know the phrase, mate.
We all know the phrase. It's just an idiom.
You're an idiot.
No, an idiom, not an idiot.
You're an idiot.
No. You're an idiot for not knowing what idiom is. It's clearly confused you because you think I've just substituted the T with an M. You stupid gim. You momal mwam. What you got? You're a complete cunm.
Well, I think you're a prick.
Right, get rid of him. Sorry about that. I should have knocked him off more quickly. I wasn't quick enough. I apologise.
And a dick.
Shit. Right. Right, well, he's gone now, but I'll continue to speak my mind about him. Stuart, I've got to say, I think the Clifton suspension bridge was built for people like you. The fact that you can drive cars across it is a bonus, so do the decent thing. And leave the keys in your car so someone can shift it afterwards. And please don't call in saying I'm encouraging people to kill themselves.
Again?
Yeah. I'm suggesting that one person throw himself off Clifton Suspension Bridge because he is, and hopefully soon to be was, a very unpleasant individual. A bit like Jamiroquai. Jill. Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, not something the whole world can celebrate.
No, that's right, Alan, and if you're single on Valentine's Day, it can be very hard, but good food will always lift the spirits.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. I think really the message is, to anyone who is lonely out there, on a day like today, throw caution to the wind and eat yourself giddy. I think on Valentine's Day particularly, it would be a cold heart that wouldn't let you use food as a crutch.
Well, the thing is, Alan, it's called comfort food for a reason.
It is. Although I would say that if you are going to do that, please do introduce roughage at some point along the way. Forward planning always pays off. You don't want the 15th to be an even more depressing day than the 14th. Although for me, it always is. Unfortunately, that's the day my ruddy dad died. So, yeah, but mixed feelings, so not all bad.
Well, a good plate of comfort food can really work one...
In a nutshell, I got a bit of that, but I loved him, so...
Yeah, well, a good plate of comfort food can do wonders for a broken heart, if not for the waistline.
Off. Let me ask you about comfort food. We've all been there. You come home from another god-awful day at work with people you hate. There's no one at home. The lights are all on. The sink's full of dishes. You flop down on the sofa. Don't even take your coat off. Who are you trying to impress? There's no one there. The TV's blaring out. You can't find the remote. It's been on ITV for a month. You're vaguely aware of some policeman talking to a drunk teenager with a blurry face, and you think, so help me God, I need to be comforted by food. What do you cook?
Fried egg sandwiches. Yeah. 3 fried eggs on Mother's Pride white bread with lots of butter.
All right. Hey, you're a chef, right?
Yeah, but even chefs need comforting.
Yeah, all right.
Alan, can I ask you something?
You may.
What makes you feel sexy?
Sitting in a leather chair in my underpants.
No, I mean food-wise.
Oh, blue cheese.
Because
oh,
for a lot of people, it means Italian food, the food of love. Oh. And so today, I'm going to be making a dish from Naples.
Oh. Nipples.
What? Staggering. You was out on the town last night.
No, I wasn't.
Of course you were.
I wasn't. I was at home. I was drinking my own.
Where do you live? A drop-in centre?
Back off! I'm having a tough time at the moment.
There's traffic and truffle.
Yeah. Traffic and travel, sponsored by Castrol.
Alan, can I just use the loo?
What for? I mean, yeah, sure. Just use the disabled. He's only in on Wednesdays. They designed the whole building around him. I think he was some sort of evil genius. He's not. Just knows a lot about jazz. Good evening.
Good evening, and welcome to This Time with me, Jenny Gresham, and the man I am delighted, no, tickled pink, to announce is my new permanent co-host, Alan Partridge.
I'd like to tickle you pink. Tickle you pink.
So, end of an era, start of a new one.
Thank you. So many messages, the vast majority being positive. Also had a great meeting with the team. Had a few drinks, a few canapés, said a few words. You respect me, I'll respect you. It's as simple as that. It was a good atmosphere, yeah. Now, plenty in store tonight.
First, it's National Teenage Week. So every day we've been focusing on a different aspect of teenage life and getting down with Britain's youth.
Oh, yeah.
Take a look.
What's up?
And we're off.
Yeah. Now, very quickly, now we're co-hosting, we should probably meet at mine for a lasagna once a week. Just to get to know each other, foster a bit of rapport. Doesn't have to be lasagna. It could be fish and chips on the cenotaph with a couple of cans.
OK, lovely. Yeah, I think
Good.
it's a great idea.
Thank you.
All right. No, it's good. And you're right about the chemistry. It's all about the chemistry.
Good. Great.
I feel like the audience can just smell insincerity.
Absolutely.
It's like an animal instinct.
It is an animal instinct. Have you ever seen Noel Edmonds talk to contestants? They won't let cats in the studio because they start to hiss. Yeah.
Well, look, I think it will be fun because it will give us a chance to air any concerns, any quibbles, and it'll be great.
This is Dale.
Oh, hi, Dale. I'm Jenny. Nice to meet you.
What do you mean, quibbles? What do you mean?
I'll tell you later.
You can't do that. Tell me now. You can't do that. Tell me.
All right, fine. It's your diction.
Thank you. Welcome back.
Tomorrow, our focus is on teenage angst and the troubling issue of self-harm.
Well, that's a tough issue, actually. The closest I've ever come to self-harm, I guess, would be I used to pluck nasal hairs when I was angry with myself after a show had gone badly. Sometimes poke my skin with one. I think that would make a good sword for an ant.
But today, we look at youth unemployment, a trend that has caused particular decay among Scottish inner cities.
And yet I know, anecdotally, from friends with large gardens, that Scottish people can make great workers. It's a shame.
We're joined on the sofa by Dale Daniels, himself long-term unemployed, who now campaigns to improve prospects for Scottish youth.
Dale, thanks for joining us.
Welcome.
Hi.
Now, you're furious, aren't you? Even for a Scot.
Well, so should everyone be, huh? And they've
Absolutely.
A so-called developed nation, you know, letting kids rot away in these estates, huh? When I grew up...
I thought you were... Please.
Well, when I grew up, there was industry, there was factories, and shipbuilding in the Clyde, you know, work if you wanted it. That's not there anymore, huh? And
Absolutely.
What?
Sorry.
So what happens? You know, I mean, kids fall into a cycle of crime and we lay the blame at them. But we did that, huh? You don't agree?
No, I do.
So how do we get out of this vicious cycle? Is it education, training?
Aye, but it's bigger than that, eh?
Eh.
It's, you know, it's about seeing the world from their point of view, huh?
No.
You know, we closed down Sure Start and football pitches and youth centres and you wonder why the kids get any bother, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you have any kids, huh? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I've got a 13-year-old, yeah, and that's why I'm saying to the government, all you're doing is building problems for the future, huh?
It's amazing, because weirdly, what you're saying actually makes sense.
Eh? Aye.
Aye.
Good.
Good. Jenny.
Well, thank you so much, Dale Daniels. Finding the time to stay in shape isn't easy. I donned my sweatbands and leotard to find out how one street in Walsall are getting in shape.
Quiz. One of these people spent World War II sewing uniforms, the other flying Spitfires. So, which was which? The answer will surprise you. The seamstress, this man, who got into sewing rather than fighting because he was severely mollycoddled by his mother, and sadly, the poor chap ended up as a softie. The Spitfire pilot, a woman, Eleanor Hartley, who defied convention to help transport military aircraft to wherever it was needed. Because it's an irrefutable fact that without the role played by women in almost every sphere in both civil and military life, the Second World War would have been slightly harder to win. Today, Eleanor is 94 and has very kindly agreed to join us here at Goodwood Aerodrome to return to the wonderful machines that she once flew. Eleanor, thank you so much for joining us.
It's lovely to be here.
A wonderful, wonderful woman to whom we all owe an enormous debt of gratitude. In the end, though, her interview was largely unusable.
Heavy frost this morning.
To learn more, I spoke to a man much better versed in Spitfire history. Good morning. My name's Alan.
Roger.
And your name?
Roger.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were agreeing with me.
No, just telling you my name.
Oh, I see. Right. Well, I'm Alan Partridge.
Roger that.
Right. And your full name?
That.
Is your name, don't say anything, is your name Roger That? It turns out the airman, a bit of a character with a love of wordplay, is actually called Paul Wheeler. But he pretends to be called Roger That to bamboozle new trainees. He has also appeared on Countdown. I didn't do jokes like that because I'm a journalist. Now, Eleanor here, one of the few people left alive who understands what it was like to fly the Spitfire and carry that huge responsibility. What was it like, do you think, for people like Eleanor to carry such huge responsibility?
Well, I don't think anyone was in any doubt as to how integral Spitfire was to the war effort.
I suppose the only way to truly understand the sacrifice made by Eleanor and people like her is for me to put myself in their shoes.
So if the plane gets into trouble, there's no ejector seat, so you'll have to bail out.
Why would the plane get into trouble?
Oh, we just have to give you the bailout procedure.
Okay.
So if the pilot says jump, 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 you lower the seat, you unlatch the canopy, you unplug the radio, open the door, jump away from the plane, and deploy your parachute by pulling the D-ring. D-ring? No, D-ring.
Yes, of course.
Now, if you land in water...
Oh, hang on.
Say it again?
Yes, again.
Lower the seat, unlatch the canopy, unplug the radio.
Why not do that bit?
Well, you need to do that bit, otherwise you'll be tethered to the plane and pulled down to Earth with it.
OK, I'll definitely do that then. I'll just asterisk the important ones.
Well, they were all important.
Yeah, I'll asterisk all of them then. And after a handful of toilet trips, which I'm told is perfectly normal, it was time to spread my wings like the arms of a bird and take off.
Does this say latch or cat?
Can't look right now, sorry.
Can you radio and ask someone?
Not right now.
OK, but soon.
I was quickly lost in admiration for this plucky little aeroplane, and it was a privilege to climb heavenwards until I was touching the face of God with the very tip of my nose.
Please. I don't like it anymore, but I do like it now, so spin me again, please.
No. Up here, you can be proud to be British, and no left-wing people can tut at you.
No one to admonish you for having a certain point of view. No one accusing you of culturally appropriating a Moroccan because you're wearing a fez, even though you've only gone as Tommy Cooper. Sometimes wonder why we bothered winning the war.
So, a quick email here from Samantha, who says that she has fat arms.
Oh, Samantha. I mean, a lot of people, so many of you, have a fixation with physical perfection these days. It's because we're bombarded with images of size zero models, an impossible ideal to attain.
It is, absolutely. Samantha, I'm sure your arms are absolutely fine. She's got an attachment here. So, oh, my God, they are vast. Wow.
Alan.
That's... you've got a lovely face, Samantha. She's got a lovely face. Yeah. I've got to send this to Jonathan Ross.
OK, and, we've got a letter here from Lucinda. Lucinda says, I'm 45, but I'm going out with a 23-year-old man. We clicked straight away, but although he's very affectionate, we're yet to make love and he cannot maintain an erection. And I'm worried it's my fault. What shall I do?
Well, it's actually very common in younger men, much more so than people realise.
Yeah. I mean, these young men look all well and good in the underpant adverts, but when they hit the hay...
It's failure to launch.
I like it.
Sorry, come in here. What do young women make of it all these days?
Well, I suppose it comes down to confidence, really, doesn't it? Because I think a younger man can be a bit too eager to please. They end up sort of at 6s and 7s. And then an older man, you know, with some experience, is perhaps a bit more at ease with himself.
Yeah, and of course we're very fortunate these days. We have Viagra.
Yeah, but although do not exceed the stated dose.
So you've suffered from that, have you, Alan?
No. No.
Well, a lot of men have. I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
All right, once, but that was only because I'd already commenced foreplay when I remembered I hadn't renewed my tax disc. But once I put a quick call into the DVLA, lovemaking could begin in anger.
I think it's all about making sure the conditions are right, getting the mood right, the atmosphere.
Oh, sure. I mean, I'm not gonna be embarrassed about this, seeing as we're trying to be, grown up about this. There have been times when I've been more rubbery than turgid. I mean, you can't just summon up tumescence like room service.
Yeah, and I think it's partly down to the woman to sort of help set the mood a little, help man relax.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's all about mood. Take the phone off the hook. Put on some easy listening, Carpenter's, Enya, and of course, make sure the heating's on.
Okay, got another email here from Paul in Swaffham on forced celebrity breeding. This one is Kylie Minogue and David Dickinson to make an Oompa Loompa.
Absolutely. Minogue provides the size, Dickinson provides the requisite skin tone and expression. Let's have some Alison Moyet. Okay, that was Funky Gibbon by The Goodies to show that we are not averse to a little bit of anarchy here, having it large with my crew. No, seriously, it's great to have you all here. Please say hello. Hello. But no, it's a bit of a jam in here, but I'm sure we're breaching all manner of fire eggs, but who gives a flip? I'm joined by a bevy of teenagers from North Walsham Comp who have taken their campaign to save the school playing fields and dumped it on the doorstep of the PM. I'm liking it a lot. OK, listening to Ow! OK, here's the class clown. Who's the class clown? What? All right, give me some skin. Excellent. No, it's absolutely fine. I mean, no, we had a class clown. His name was Brian Golding, a real live wire, a real nutcase. Took his own life a few years ago, which is kind of sad. But a real character, yeah. Anyway, by the way, if anyone wants any Annie Lennox cassettes, I'm good for it. What am I talking about? You're Robbie Williams, right? Who? So anyway, Lisa, to you now. Tell us about the campaign, because a lot of kids get in the neck from some of the squares out there, but you guys are pretty diff.
Well, we all got a letter during Christmas and we was told that the playing fields are going to be sold.
OK, well, so just going to stop you there. I had an email from Norwich Fire Service saying a couple of you need to leave because we're over the limit here, or face criminal proceedings, so I need a couple of volunteers. Me? Yeah, great. OK, you too. Absolutely, thanks. Thank you very much. OK, that's
Can
that.
I go too?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, OK, fine. Right. Watch yourself. That's that dealt with. OK, thank you. Bye. I've got to say, right behind your campaign, though, I really... No, you can't. That's enough love. It's you know, I'm a big fan of, you know, playing fields in general, playing fields, or even if it's just, you know, green belt land in general.
I was a green belt.
Black belt could kick your ass any day.
Okay, right. So, well, I'm talking about the countryside. You know, unlike you guys, I like to kick back, get a bunch of CDs, chuck them in a hold all, oomph in the car, bang, countryside. All right, who did that? Is that you?
Yep.
What's that supposed to mean?
That you shag sheep.
No, I'm not ready for that, mate.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's cool. That's cool.
Didn't mean to insult your girlfriend.
Yeah, my girlfriend's not a sheep, you wally.
Shut up, Marv.
Yeah, shut up, Marv. You dick, calling me a sheep shagger.
You are one.
You think I'm a sheep shagger?
Don't know, mate.
Yeah, what about? I think maybe you're a sheep shagger. Yeah, you're the one that keeps going on about it. You probably keep sheep magazines under your bed. Yeah. Yeah, probably keep pictures of sheep lying on their back in a pen, you know, with the knickers off. Yeah, you're the sheep shagger. Yeah, bet you kiss them, lie them down on the back, kiss them tenderly, stick your tongue in the mouth, swirl it round. Yeah,
no.
play with the teats. Yeah, get behind it, strum them like a guitar. Yeah. You know, grab fistfuls of fur, grab its horns like a bike, like a drop handlebars in a racer. A grifter would be more of a yak, yeah. And then do you hold them afterwards and say, "You mean the world to me," you know, spooning them with your hot balls pushed up against its woolly back. That's probably for me. Oh, I'm really scared. I am a bit. Hello, Craig. Okay, yeah, I'll be in a minute. Yeah. Okay.
A baby leopard seal there called Silas. And Silas is one of the stars of Ice Pups, a new documentary following a pack of leopard seals over one Antarctic winter.
Hydrogeleptonics, to use the Latin term. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of reading, so...
Someone's very keen.
Yeah, well, I'm keen. I'm keen to give of my best. Here to tell us more about these mustachioed mammals is the show's creator, Alice Clunt. Welcome.
Oh, it's Alice Fluck.
Right, I see what I've done.
So, Alice, this isn't your first time getting close to the animal kingdom, is it? Once upon a time, you were shortlisted in the Shell Wildlife Photographer of the Year competition.
Many moons ago, yes.
The oil company, Shell?
They used to sponsor it, yes.
Well, do you know what? Good for them. I mean, you know, they get a lot of stick, don't they, for the Exxon Valdez oil spill. But then they sponsor a prize for animal photos, and you think, maybe it's time to take a fresh look at Shell.
But tell us about ice pups, because leopard seal pups really are the most incredible animals, aren't they?
They really are, Jenny. I mean, what you see in the pups and hopefully in the film is their spirit and their personality. Because don't forget, these guys are living in the most inhospitable place in the whole world. You know, they are tough.
You do not want to mess with a leopard seal. Well over a ton, teeth like giant daggers, top speed of 20 knots. a German U-boat commander would kill for velocity like that. Awesome.
Well, what you see in the film, they do have this wonderfully playful side as well.
And how they toss penguins around like a rag doll and batter them against the sea till they're dead. Just wait for it, for fun. Brutal.
Well, they're mischievous, certainly, and that comes from just being so intelligent.
Well, the Allies trained them to deliver mines strapped to their backs to scuttle enemy craft in harbour. Boom, successful.
We don't really touch on that on this film. This film is more about them in infancy and adolescence, and hopefully it's one the whole family can enjoy.
Not wrong tone.
Wow, they're plucky little so-and-sos though, aren't they?
They have to be. You know, they're only weaned for a month, and then it's up to them to fend for themselves.
Oh, breaks your heart, doesn't it?
When you're around them such a long time, it is hard not to get attached.
Oh,
I think I'm a bit in love.
Oh.
Bless them.
Oh.
They're the most adorable little creatures. They seem to have such personality.
You almost want to give them a name,
Well,
don't you?
this one's called Silas.
Yeah, but I know. I mean, a better one, though, like Richard. Oh, I don't know whether to eat him up or wear him. Do you know what I mean, though? I suppose Eskimos do both.
Well, you find leopard seals in the Antarctic.
Falklanders, then.
Now, Alice, the film ends with the sound of a seal cry, and it's quite a sound, isn't it? Actually, let's hear it.
It's not a sound you forget.
No.
When I heard that, I had an overwhelming sense of Gary Newman. And you know the other musician I was thinking of? Don't know why. Seal. I do know why.
It almost sounds sort of philosophical, doesn't it?
I don't think that's the right word, Jenny. I think it's remindful. It reminded me of my granddad.
Did it?
Yeah. He made funny noises and he had whiskers and he liked fish. He was a smashing granddad. One of my earliest memories, actually, is him taking me to the fun fair, me asking for a candy floss, and then eventually he gave in and got me one, and took me home, said goodbye, but left his hat. And when I ran to the bus stop, he wasn't there. And I saw he was walking up the hill. That's when I realised he'd spent his bus fare on my candy floss. Grandad Graham. Grandad.
And you can see the whole of Alice's film on BBC One tomorrow night.
Alice Clant.
Fluck.
Fluck.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now it's time for Who Does Alan Think Alan Is?
Who do you think you are?
Just to explain, the sense of that line was not properly explained to the voiceover artist before she went into the booth. By the time I find out, she was already in a cab. Complete waste of 30 quid. She sounds like she's been touched on a bus. My main guest today is one of the genealogists from BBC One's Who Do You Think You Are? Please welcome Henry Spring.
Hello. Our journey begins with your great-grandmother, Annie Partridge. Do you remember her?
I do, Granny Annie. She died when I was a toddler. She used to make me chucky egg. Egg and butter chopped up in a bowl. You can add that to your files. Send it to the boys at WDYTYAHQ. Who do you think you are, headquarters?
Well, like many women of her time, she was a stay-at-home mum, wasn't she?
She was unemployed, yes.
But what you might not know is that if we delve one generation further back, we find she had an aunt who lived quite near here, so that would have been your great-great-aunt.
It's fascinating. Please tell me more.
She lived in a semi-detached house in Sheringham at the very end of the 19th century.
That must have been one of the first semi-detached houses in Norfolk.
Not in Norfolk, but it may have been one of the first in Sheringham.
But that's still fascinating. It sends a shiver down your spine.
Do you want me to get you up?
Rest in peace. Great-great-great-aunt. What's her name?
We don't know. We just have the initial E.
Rest in peace. Mrs. E. Was she married?
We don't know that either.
Oh, well, rest in peace, E. Partridge. What was the joke you were going to do?
I was just going to say, shall I go and get you a hot water bottle when you said you had a children in your spine?
Oh, yeah. No, that's good, yeah. I think I was right to stop you there.
Oh, yeah.
Henry, I'm right, am I not, that my distant relative was involved in perhaps one of the most important pieces of town planning that Norwich has ever seen?
Well, he worked in the office of town planner.
Changing what was Deering Square into what is now Deering Lane.
They effectively made it a thoroughfare, yes.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, the number of times I've parked on that road. Never knew. I mean, I know it's loading only, but you park there after 6, they never get you. I almost feel like crying.
Certainly made getting into the centre of town that bit more straightforward.
And the rest. If it weren't for Deering Lane, you'd have to come in on the ring road. I mean, it's just amazing that an ancestor man had to wrestle with that awful decision. I mean, on the one hand, the square gave people somewhere to sit, a respite from the frenetic pace of life in Norwich. And yet on the other, I mean, direct access to Hobbs Road must have been like the promised land to civil engineers, cutting journey times from the east half of the city in half. It was caught between a rock and a hard place. It must have been ruddy hard. I sent a shiver down my spine. Another one. That's the second one in half an hour. I almost feel like I should get a hot water bottle to reheat my spine. You're listening to Alan Partridge.
Alan's balanced debate. It's genuinely balanced.
Bam! Excellent. And we're back with Cecil Phillips of the North Norfolk. Hello.
Hello.
Joined, in the interest of impartiality, on my left by none other than Simon Denton. Simon, I believe your girlfriend is a vegetarian.
Yes.
Great. Well, Simon will be replacing his jester hat with a protester hat, which often, frequently, a jester's hat. Simon Denton, you oppose fox hunting. Why?
Just think it's cruel to the foxes.
Cecil Phillips, you and your mates just go around beating up wildlife for kicks.
No, well, foxes can be pretty unpleasant. I think we have a very romanticised idea of foxes. If you'd ever been in a chicken coop after a fox attack.
Yes, Simon Denton, foxes, they're thieving bastards. If a fox was a human being, it'd be David Starkey, a real git of a guy.
They always talk about the inside of a chicken coop, but foxes are animals at the end of the day. They're not evil, they're just looking for food.
Philip, you portray these little red dogs.
No, they're not dogs.
Little red dogs. They're just trying to put a chicken dinner on the table for the cubs.
Chickens are a farmer's livelihood.
Precisely. Simon Denton, he's saying foxes are screwing the farmers, and meanwhile they're being defended by soap dodging, meat dodging, job dodgers.
No, I did not say that, no.
He didn't say that. He's saying, whoa, you're putting words in my mouth big time. Back off.
No, I'm saying fox numbers need to be controlled.
Answer him.
Yeah. I just think there's an arrogance about it all.
Yeah, so Cecil, he looks at you guys with your red tunics and your tight white tights.
Jodhpurs.
And he thinks you just look like bloody pillars.
Look, I won't deny that our pageantry we take seriously, but you can't just turn up in jeans.
Hey, that's a good point.
It's not like some teenage pursuit like Laser Quest.
You can't just turn up in... Well, hang on a second. Laser Quest is not a teenage pursuit. I quest with a round tabler who served in Northern Ireland. Sometimes he gets flashbacks. I have to talk him down over a milkshake.
It's different.
If society ever breaks down, you may well regret not having been to Laser Quest, because the people who can't stand you go a lot.
I'm sure we'll cope.
Well, I think you'd be overrun by sheer weight of numbers.
Exactly. If the working classes all rise up as one, then you are done for, mate.
Yeah, you're a communist.
We have horses.
Yeah, horses... I'm sorry, in an inner-city war zone will be all but useless.
End up roasting on a spit in the middle of the precinct.
Yeah, in some sort of post-apocalyptic vision of hell.
Yeah, where the hunter becomes the hunted.
You can run, but you can't hide. Sure, you ditch your red tunic and don a hoodie, and you blend in for a while.
But then some local grabs you and says, "All right, mate."
Yeah, and you say, "Yeah, spiffing. Oh, wagwan." But the game's up. By nightfall, you and Leopold are swinging from a lamppost, your bugle stuck up your backside. So the last gases escaping from your body make a bleakly comic noise. And I'm afraid that's all we've got time for, but encouraging to know that within that, you've at least found some common ground. Cecil, your dream dinner party guests. Father Paul, just in case anyone thinks I'm trying to lure you into breaking some sort of vow of silence by asking you a question, you can speak, can't you, Father?
Well, I wouldn't be much of a spokesman if I never spoke.
Catty! I like that. I like that. Why is it that monks love silence so much?
We all need silence, and it's harder to find in the modern world.
Yes, what one thinks is silence is often not, because you listen a little harder, you can hear the beep of a truck reversing, or in the still of the night, what one thinks is a neighbour's baby crying, but in actual fact it's two foxes making love with one another.
I suppose the only place one can find true silence would be outer space.
Hence the phrase, in space no one can hear you scream.
From Alien.
Yes, I remember when I first saw that, I thought, finally, a movie that acknowledges the fact that sound cannot travel through a vacuum. I bet you guys would love a vacuum.
It'd save the brothers having to sweep the floor.
There's that cattiness again. I mean, you're clearly a character. You definitely are.
From a Christian perspective, silence is a way of forming a deeper bond with God.
Although some young Christians use noise in much the same way that sirens of Greek mythology would lure unsuspecting sailors onto the rocks, the young Christians will sing hymns whilst banging a tambourine, and in the confusion, you end up believing in God.
Well, every individual has their own way of communing with God, but that's not to say that silence is purely religious. I mean, it can work wonders for your mental well-being. Why don't we try it right now? 1 minute.
Okay. The footage you're watching has been sped up. Current BBC programming guidelines prohibit on-air silences over 30 seconds in duration, except for state funerals like Diana's or Springwatch. While greater flexibility is permitted for BBC's 2 and 4, BBC One viewers are thought to benefit from content with frequent noises. There's your minute. Life as a monk begins at sunrise. As we quietly dwelt on our relationship with the Lord, it occurred to me that God, all-knowing, invisible, and all around us, is identical to high-speed Wi-Fi, which I know for a fact that they have at the monastery. I wondered what these men might have been before they found God. Can you read a man's story in his face? I believe you can. If I had to guess, I'd say this monk was quite high up in ICI. This monk also worked for ICI, but in a more junior role. I don't have any ideas about this monk. And this monk briefly joined the band D-Ream after Brian Cox left to become a scientist. I decided to stroll the grounds and soon found myself walking like a monk, hands behind my back, nodding at passers-by, a smile as my resting face. But smiling constantly starts to make your face ache. I wondered if it felt the same for Holly Willoughby. Although the Bible doesn't mention potted plants, monks absolutely love them. But when I lent a hand, I began to see a very different side to these brothers. You see, silence can be a kindness. It can show courtesy to a fellow clay pigeon shooter. But anyone who's driven home with their wife after a row at a party will know that silence can be used as a weapon. Could the monks have been doing the same? It amused me to imagine I was in an institute full of angry wives in big brown dresses. But the more they pretended not to see me, the more I wondered if it was intentional. And when a sprightly monk snatched my pot, I became convinced they were trying to break me. Perhaps they were tapping Morse code messages to each other on plant pots, like, "Why isn't this new man wearing brown? Let's pick on him till he either cries or cuts his hand." It seemed to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind. So said Elton John about Marilyn Monroe, Princess Diana. The list goes on. But John was bigger than a mere candle. It seemed to me he lived his life like an oil rig flare stuck in a North Sea gale. Like an oil rig, he drew on huge reserves of energy, was physically quite squat, and thanks to his prodigious whiskey intake, helped prop up the economy of Scotland. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did, continued Elton. And it's no exaggeration to say that Scotland's vast reserves of oil and gas would burn out long before John's legend is ever forgotten. Exaggeration? Possibly. Sentimental nonsense? Again, unwise to rule it out. But there is broad agreement that John was good. The former BBC television centre. John had a real appetite for this donut-shaped building and snaffled his way along the corridors, gorging on the opportunity as he chomped his way to the top. His big break, or mouthful, coming in 1985 with the BBC's Getaway.
And it needn't cost you a king's ransom.
Consisting largely of John in teeming holiday resorts, sampling cooked breakfasts in blazing sunshine, the show was, like the man himself, cheap and cheerful. A great show. Terrible reviews saw it cancelled before the end of its run. But it alerted the BBC's early warning system to John's talent, and he was now a big fat blip on their radar. This led to what John called his golden period, a veritable roll call of Britain's best-loved telly. Scotland's Strongest Man, Cash Chaser, Britain's Holiest Hymn, Fly Tip Squad, Britain by Bloon, Gibraltar CID. Which is why, in 2012, he was named host of new magazine show This Time, delighting us all with puns about hedgehogs being prickly.
Prickly customers.
John Baskell, what was he like?
Oh, what are you like?
Yes, it seemed to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind. The Life of John Baskell, by Alan Partridge. Now, while Telly John was larger than life, Private John devoted himself quietly and without fuss or fanfare to his charitable foundation, the John Baskell Foundation. Here to tell us more about the humble work of John's foundation, the John Baskell Foundation, Jenny is joined by John's brave widow, Fran Baskell.
Thanks, Alan. Well, Fran, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Such a load of toss. I mean, just a bore of it. Too much sirloin till his colon threw in the towel.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, I've been on the phone to the council about the ramblers crossing your garden.
Go on.
They say it isn't a public footpath.
Hallelujah.
It's a public right-of-way.
What's that when it's a...
Well, it's like a public footpath, but horses can use it too. The previous owners didn't mind it, so it fell into public convenience.
What? I wish you'd fall into a public convenience. You mean public access?
Well, I quite like the idea of horses galloping across my view.
Yes, because your mind's addled with Catherine Cookson. These riders don't gallop, Lynn. They just sit on their horses eating sandwiches in my garden.
You're coming across well.
Good.
Remember, there's a vacancy here now.
Lynn, keep your voice down. His body's barely cold.
Fortune favours the bold. The time is upon us.
Have you ever seen the Devil's Nanny from the film The Omen?
No, why?
Just you remind me of it, that's all. Try saying, "Have no fear, little one, I am here to protect thee."
Have no fear, little one. I am here to protect thee.
If you'd knocked on my door at Halloween, I would have fouled my unders. Yes, yeah, and then given you some sweets.
Alan, we're back on.
With respect, Councillor, I think our listeners will be more concerned about cuts to public services.
Well, absolutely, Terry, and that's why we've set out proposals to ensure...
Let me take it from here. Throw me the ball. Councillor, you talk a good game. I caught it, by the way. But I have figures that show that you plan to cut public spending.
Are you talking about the raw figures or the figures adjusted for inflation?
Yes.
Well, the first or the second?
The first.
Well,
God's sake.
In that case, that's wrong, because if you look at the figures, the actual spend has remained the same as last year, see?
Yeah. No, I understand it. I'm just checking it.
Well, it's there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Another area where we've seen a great deal of public anger is in council housing. Now, what is the proposal here?
I meant the second. Sorry, I meant the second one. When you gave me the choice before, I meant the second choice where the figures are adjusted for inflation.
Well, Alan, we've made no secret of the fact that we're not going to keep pace with inflation. In fact, it's one of the few issues that we have cross-party agreement on, so...
Right.
We've made no secret of the fact that we're going to have to make...
Bus fares.
I'm sorry?
Bus fares. Have you not put up bus fares?
As we said in our manifesto, we won't be putting up bus fares in any...
Have you put up bus fares?
Not in real terms.
Have you put up bus fares?
In line with inflation, we have had to keep pace...
Yes or no? Have you put up bus fares?
In our manifesto...
Have you put up bus fares?
We've only put up bus fares.
Have you put up Bus fares?
Yes, but only
Yes,
in as
but
much...
you, yes, but you, yes, but yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. If you want to see that interview back online and see me getting a politician to admit something slightly different from what they said earlier and then saying, look, you said something slightly different from what you said earlier. And so 1-0.
It's 10 a.m.
It's just after 10 a.m. You have been listening to Alan Partridge with special guest Tory Bronwyn Matthews, who's...
Tory councillor Bronwyn Matthews.
Yeah, her, and what's your name?
Terry Cohen.
Terry Cohen. Get well soon to Eddie Shadow.
Shepherd.
Who I'm sure will get well very soon. That's rhetoric, not a prognosis. Right now, you're listening to Mid-Morning Matters with Alan Partridge. See ya. Take a cup of personality, pour in some chat, and drink up some good company. i.e. Mid-Morning Matters with Alan Partridge. Good evening, morning, afternoon. Who cares? Who gives a flying monkey? Because today we're talking about things you don't see much of anymore. Already we have capes, tinned meat, Horlicks, sparrows, hula hoops, the crisps, not the toy, hula hoops, the toy, not the crisp, swimming pools with deep ends, and asbestos. We'll be asking, should we bring some and or all of them back? So do please text, Twitter, spam, fax, page, write, and or email.
Malky's story.
I sold my wee boy's toys to pay for drugs.
Malky flogged Lego for half a p a piece. Skag's his poison.
Janie's story.
I live rough on the streets of Norwich.
Janie used to be a teacher. Now she's a bum with booze in her veins.
Tristram's story.
I started taking coke when I first became a hedge fund manager.
Tristram missed out on his bonus last year. His dreams of a bigger house in tatters.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks, Al, for putting your hands across Norfolk.
Bananas and cream. I can't beat it. OK, you're listening to Mid-Morning Matters. Today we're raising £3,000 or £3,000 for Norwich-based charity Addiction Action. Got some banana in my mouth.
Swallow it.
OK, Simon, what's the tot up?
Yeah, well, we're looking good. We are already at 610 English pounds.
Put that in context for any listening addicts.
Yep, that is roughly 150 pints of lager or 8 grams of coke.
And in terms of heroin?
Just checking, I've asked one of the cleaners.
The Scottish guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And hey, what a great bunch of listeners. I mean, I think I stepped on a hornet's nest last year when I suggested Norwich was ready for a Blacktown crier, but you cannot fault their generosity. OK, online now we have an addict who wishes to remain anonymous, so we've disguised their voice. Hello, caller. What's your story?
I'm addicted to gambling.
The sound guy said it'd be fine.
I'm up to my eyes in debt. My marriage is in bits. I've lost my job selling wool at the market. Sorry, I'm getting quite emotional.
It's all right, mate. Take your time. So your wife had left you?
My husband. I'm a woman.
Of course. Sorry. Yes, of course. Men don't sell wool. Listen, love, I think we're going to have to cut this short. The voice distorter's bending your gender. It's also making you sound like a villain from a faraway galaxy. Could you simply say, soon your planet will be mine?
Soon your planet will be mine.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to leave it there. OK. Wait till he's right behind your shoulder, and then, feign fear if it helps. And then if you feel the back of your arm, just the little knobbly bone there, if he's right up behind you, just into his ribs, into his ribs, and then bang, back of the hand and bust his nose. I know when you were fooling around in the kitchen with Jez before, it was just a bit of tomfoolery, but I just thought when I saw you doing this and this, I just thought we got to talk. Anyway, that's it. It's 12:30 and we're joined by Derek Bosworth, who's here to tell us all about handheld, bellows-driven reed instruments. Sounds like a real wheeze. Before that, some pledges on the texts.
We do have some pledges. Jed from Ipswich says he has a 10-year-old Mondeo 1.8. He wants 500 quid and will give 50 to the appeal. OK,
Phil in Glanford says, leave Porsche drivers with red faces with my tweaked VW Golf. Reluctant sale due to baby. He wants 10 grand cash with 60 for charity.
And one here from Dennis in Feltwell. 2012 Lexus GS, first to see will buy, no time wasters.
Right, and what's the donation?
I don't think he said.
OK. Time for the weather.
Weather update.
They're taking the piss. Why are clean hands important? Because humans are the most effective incubators of bacteria outside of imported meat. A fact first discovered 150 years ago in Soho, when its filthy reputation was based not on pole dancers from Lapland or lap dancers from Poland, Poland, but because of an outbreak of cholera. Imagine going into a newsagent and ordering not a can of Coca-Cola, but a can of Coca-Cola. That's effectively what the Soho residents were doing in 1854 when they came to draw water from this pump to sate, slake, or quench their thirst. That was before the physician John Snow discovered that the disease was spread through contaminated water. And this paved the way for the invention of antibiotics, a remedy against bacteria that initially seemed infallible. I said initially slightly louder because whilst antibiotics once stopped bacteria like these from breeding like randy Catholic rabbits, their prophylactic power has become dulled through overuse. Many liken antibiotics to giving a box of chocolates to an angry spouse. The first time, the chocolates will overwhelm the wife and quell her ire completely. The sixth, seventh time, the chocolates still subdue the miffed woman, but less than they had earlier. And by the 20th time, the chocolates have little to no potency and can even inflame the problem further. I was troubled by this. I knew more than ever before that we needed to wash our hands. But were we doing? To find out for myself, I've come to the gents' toilets at the BBC to conduct a study of my own. Hello, Alan Partridge, BBC. Did you wash your hands?
Yep.
Good man. I've concentrated exclusively on the gents' loos. A man standing outside a women's lavatory can be seen as predatory. Equally, a man loitering outside a gentleman's toilet can be fraught with ambiguity. So, to put it on a more formal footing, I've got this woman with a clipboard. Sorry, what's your name?
Sarah.
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 Okay. The BBC employs some 20,000 people. Just write that down. And not all of them are going to wash their hands. Right, it is Sarah. I thought you had a list.
No, it's Arabic.
Okay. Menial workers, for example, are employed to pick up bits of dirt, and the likelihood of them ever being asked to shake hands with senior management are very low. Put him down as a no. Still, the results made for grim reading, with just 28% saying they washed their hands. Yeah, I'm going to wash my own hands later. Swindon. And I've come to the British School of Hygiene to ask Professor Jean Chowdhury how clean hands can stop the spread of germs. Hi, Jean.
Hi.
Hi. Jean, hand washing. How often should we be washing them?
Well, any time we come into contact with bacteria. So, after going to the toilet.
Agreed.
After handling raw meat.
Right, and that's separate, isn't it? That's not a euphemism for the first one.
No. Raw meat can harbour some pretty nasty bacteria, so if in doubt, wash. And the advice from the World Health Organization is that we should be washing our hands for a full 20 seconds.
15's fine.
Which is why there's actually an instructional video which shows exactly how to wash your hands.
Yes, please.
So we begin by rubbing the palms together, work up a nice creamy lather.
That's very creamy hands.
And then you rub the back of your left hand with the right palm with interlaced fingers.
Yeah.
And same with the other hand.
Yeah.
And rinse with warm water.
Yeah. Those taps are the same as the ones over there.
Oh, yeah, we shot it here.
Right, so those your hands?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine two things you enjoy. Great individually, but put them together and you get something quite special. Strawberries and cream, egg and bacon, yawning and scratching, Johnson & Johnson, Charles and Camilla. But what about drugs and sex? This is chemsex. Chemsex is a compound word. Chem derived from the word chemical, and sex from the word sex or sexiness. Confined largely to the gay community, it emerged around the year 2010. A time of unrestrained glee as a nation dared to believe the nightmare of a Labour government could soon be over. And as revellers lost their minds to the sound of Keane and the Black Eyed Beans, little wonder that the hedonism spilled over into sex and drugs. The primary drugs involved in chemsex are crystal meth, GHB, ketamine and mephedrone, a dose of which, under controlled conditions, I was about to take myself under the watchful eye of pharmacist Dr. Raj Prasan. Now, do you say MCAT or meow meow?
I say mephedrone, its chemical name.
Right. I like to say meow meow. You're going to administer this drug under controlled circumstances, and then I'm going to gauge its effects.
You're going to play guinea pig.
Right. That wasn't explained to me. I've never played that.
I mean, in terms of the experiment.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought it was some sort of gay sex game. Yeah. I'm not sure a man can squeal like a guinea pig, can he?
I'm just a pharmacist.
Right, yeah, because you're the Chem of the chemsex, yeah. So Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, you're the Dr. Chem, and Mr. Sex, we've yet to meet.
I'm just a pharmacist.
You said that. So, you give us the drugs. Well, it's 30 minutes later, and I don't feel especially different. Certainly the thought of grinding myself against a stranger in a Holiday Inn is far from my thoughts. Yeah. Well, it's over an hour later. I've been told that one eyelid has drooped. I don't feel that much different. Am I in the mood for dancing? Absolutely. Do I feel sexy? Barely. Although I do have the sensation of wanting someone else to brush my hair. It's said the experiment replicates exactly the sensation of recreational drug use. Although instead of being surrounded by revellers, chewing gum and asking if you're having a good time, my only companion was a bearded doctor drinking coffee and reading a magazine. Well, the effects have completely worn off. My main recollection is an overwhelming desire to put on my comfy pyjamas and watch Tarzan. Is that sexy? I've no idea. But it was a very new feeling, and it was a very real feeling.
Spanning the length of the alphabet from A to Z, it's Alan and Zoe.
But mainly Alan. You listen to Mid-Morning Matters with Alan Partridge and my little pocket ray of sunshine, Zoe Scott.
Speaking of sunshine, Alan, have you treated yourself to a sunbed last night?
No.
What about a spray tan?
Don't think so.
Morning, everyone. You're listening to MMM with ZS and AP, or ZAP.
You've got such a lovely, engaging way with people. You really have. Seriously, it really is very commendable.
Thank you.
Okay,
so,
today's...
Coming up, we've got...
You're in a... Do you know what? We're like an old married couple.
Yeah, pretty soon we'll be bickering all the time. You know, you'll be drinking too much.
Hey, yeah, and then you'll get jealous of my career and run off with a fitness instructor. No thanks. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Well, she got the T-shirt. Got the shirt off her back, really did. Fucking witch.
Well, I just found that when she strayed from historical fact into the realms of conjecture, I was all too aware of the author's hand, and that took me out of the story. Apart from that, I thought it was a very good first effort.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'm a little surprised, Crispin. I found that Mantle's main characters are scorchingly well rendered. And the sharp-clawed machinations are presented with non-stop verve in a book that can compress a wealth of incisiveness into a very few well-chosen words.
That's just word for word what it says on the back of the book.
That's my book of the week. That's Hilary Mantle's Wolf Hall. Oh! Can't wait to get my teeth into that. It sounds great. Oh, do you know what? If I'd known you were going to wear this kind of pink... I mean, I know enough about colour to know this pink clashes with that pink. Correct?
It's not clash. It's just not quite the same.
This is raspberry, definitely.
Yeah.
How would you describe that?
I would say that's like strawberries and cream.
It is like it's like iced strawberry. It's like a strawberry milkshake.
Yes, it is.
I would drink you dry. I would drink you dry.
Very good.
I'm down to your boots.
Oh God. Alan, you do really remind me of my dad. You know, you'd really like him.
Well, I love dads. I am a dad. I've got a dad. Well, I had a dad.
Oh, what was he like?
What was he like, my dad? I remember one birthday he bought me this big red cake in the shape of...
Space rocket?
No.
Train?
No.
Football?
No, it was a rectangle. And I remember he came up and said, "Delivery for Mr. Partridge." I was so excited. I banged into the table and, oops, the cake went everywhere. My dad walked up to me in his blue 60s drainpipe suit with a red bow tie he insisted on wearing, and he said, "You will never amount to anything." He said, "You're that to me." Imagine saying that to a 7-year-old kid.
Alan, that's terrible.
That's not the end of the story, because as he turned round to storm off, he slipped on the cake, legs went flying, banged his head, and he needed 11 stitches. And I was glad. This is a little itty-bitty of Scritty-Politty.
And now on North Norfolk Digital, Partridge Playhouse presents A Chill Breeze or A Glowering Glassblower, This Way Comes. Britain's cows have started lying down in different directions, causing rural panic. The government appeals for calm, but maverick scientist Jim Hannigan suspects foul play.
Professor Hannigan? Professor Hannigan?
Yes?
Are you esteemed Professor Hannigan?
Last time I checked my lanyard.
That's Hannigan, sharp as a tack.
This is of the utmost secrecy. If the scientific community knew I was even approaching the man they'd ostracized, how can I be sure it's you?
You'll notice I shook your hand quite badly.
Of course. You're missing fingers.
What's happened to his fingers?
Hannigan's fingers are based on a guy I knew used to work the engine crane at Longbridge, and they're supposed to wear gauntlets.
The London cocktail party with the cream of the world's scientific minds. Yet one still can't get a decent glass of wine.
John Blindborn.
Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
He got caught having a bubble bath with a boy in the 90s, and so his confidence has taken a bit of a knock. But he's still very good, and his rate's gone through the floor.
Hello, Hannigan.
Professor Jim Kelvin Hannigan, if you don't mind.
So you're playing Hannigan?
Yeah. I mean, a few actors read for the part. A guy called Mark Rylance.
Yes.
Yeah, he was spectacularly good, but he wasn't Hannigan.
Professor Hawking is driving over to us now.
In the end, I got the part.
Good evening, Mr. Dooley.
Oh, hello, Professor Hawking.
You know, your waistline is like the universe.
How do you mean?
It's ever expanding.
You know the universe is ever expanding?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't have to stand for this. I'm going over there.
Nice one, Hawks. Sometimes I wish I was disabled but clever with a robot voice.
We should be at my Norwich penthouse quite soon, my garlic beauty.
Were it not for this damn traffic.
I cannot wait.
Traffic and travel.
Driver, turn up the radio.
Due to a major incident, all roads in and out of the south of Norwich have been shut by police.
What the hell's this?
Hello, Sarah. Do you know what the red light outside means?
No girls allowed.
Broadcasting.
Who said you could play it?
Craig, who said you could pass round a sponsorship form for your daughter's fun run?
What was that last bit?
Oh, that was just part of the drama.
But people might think it was an actual traffic report.
I've seen the way you look at me. Your eyes devour me.
What is this, anyway?
My groin burns for you.
It's just a romantic subplot. All good dramas have them.
I'm going to kiss you, so you'd better open your mouth very wide. Yeah.
Clear up that traffic report now, or I'll have you taken off the air.
Fine. And put me down for 50 quid if your daughter manages to leave herself round the course. I'll take that back.
Yeah.
Actually, I've just had a traffic report on my text. It says that the only road closed into Norwich is in actual fact the A417. Other than that, everything's clear as a bell. Yep, that's your travel. Oh, that's nice. Let me just slip these socks off.
Slip these socks off.
You like my French underwear?
Happy now?
Take your top off.
That was Hannigan, not me.
Goodness me, you're busty.
Again, Hannigan, not me.
This is ridiculous.
Sit on my lap.
But I haven't got any knickers on.
That's okay. I discarded my underpants ages ago.
I'm going to spin on.
As the Dalai Lama says, the show must go on.
Yeah, you cock a snook at bad news, don't you?
I do, actually. I'm a snook cocker.
I'm sure there's an anagram in there somewhere.
What?
Huh?
Hmm?
I'm just saying, I'm sure there's an anagram in there somewhere. Doesn't matter. Press on. Introduce your next guest.
Calling me that? Not an anagram.
Simon Denton there.
Funny Simon Denton.
Yes.
What's fascinating about history is that, unlike bread in a bakery or love in a marriage, it's never going to run out.
But military history is a genre all of its own. A new series promises to shed light on battlefield ingenuity, and we'll be talking to its presenter, Sam Chatwin, very shortly.
Hello. Shortly. But first, since military history is a subject close to my heart, I thought I'd don my wellies and shed a bit of light on one of my favourite battles. Let's take a look at my report. A simple stream in North Walsham, Norfolk. But 6 centuries ago, this stream would have flowed with the blood and entrails of fallen men. I was hoping to illustrate it by pouring in this bucket of butcher's waste, but some Dilbert at the council seems to think it would contaminate the water supply. So close your eyes instead and imagine bits of dead men bobbing about in red water. This was the Peasants Revolt of 1381, caused, some say, by underpaying the workers. But there's compelling evidence that low wages actually increases productivity. As Kirsty Allsop says, a well-fed dog is a slow dog. Whatever the pros and cons, there can be no excuse for the peasants' antisocial behaviour. The execution of their ringleaders serving as a timely reminder that laws are there for a reason. Behind me is North Walsham Heath. What today is a pleasant place to rest was once a peasant place of rest, since many of them lay dying here. You see, razzed up on scrumpian injustice, they brought to the battle only guts and aggression. And as anyone who's played squash against Adrian Chiles will tell you, guts and aggression are no match for skill and tactics, unless his opponents had a big breakfast. The battle was bloody. After the first day, the bishop's men set up camp here on the heath, a place for the Poots troops to regroup and recoup. They would have discussed tactics, with a free hot meal included. There were potatoes in those days, of course, they hadn't been developed. It was simply lamb shank or the classic chicken. In contrast, one can picture the peasants, loaded on cider, wheeling into bushes, telling disgusting jokes before attacking the bishop's men in dawn raids. But the lack of organisation meant they were no match for the deft swordsmanship and combat nous of a trained unit. The labourers were serfs, their hands more used to drawing milk from a goat teat than wielding a sword. The trained soldiers knew to have one hand on the hilt, the other on the pommel. That is what I do.
I've got kids!
God forgive me. The battle continued. The bishop's men fighting off futile, frenzied and sometimes rubbish attacks from the peasants. The battle continued till dusk.
The last of the rebels dispatched had a bloody defeat that could have been avoided if the peasants had simply raised their concerns
through the correct channels. A sobering reminder that war, be it the First World War, the Second World War, or the Great War of China, always takes a heavy toll.
Been fighting. And I was the winner.
I'm outside the University of West Sussex, and in their computer science department, they're developing some of the most advanced robotics anywhere outside of America and China and Germany and Japan. Also Singapore. Love these guys. Electric lady. Nice. This droid, what's it capable of?
That's just the coffee machine.
Got it. Is this a coffee machine?
No.
Could be.
Doesn't make coffee. So this is the unit here. It's a fully electronic, torque-controlled quadruped. We foresee a lot of uses in the industrial cleaning sector, as well as around the home.
Yeah, it's quite a noisy little, I want to say chap, not quite sure what to call it.
Her nickname is Lady.
Yeah, I don't really do nicknames. Can you switch it off, please? I asked you to turn it off, please. Sorry, love. Oh. I've got to say, I remain something of a skeptic. Call me a Luddite. I don't even have a tease made, let alone a computerized Japanese toilet like Jonathan Ross. I've thrown a heavy towel over Alexa. Nevertheless, the nerds here have allowed me to take this robot dog home. Its name is Unit 1.
Not Lady. First, I wanted to put it through its paces, and with 4 legs powered by 4 servo motors, it's a robot with as much bite as bark. Not the quietest droid, but with a top speed of a nifty 6, it's quick enough to outrun anyone with a mobility issue. But are we ready for robots? Could you trust this face? Look at it.
The idea of robotics isn't new. Aristotle wrote about automata replacing slavery in 322 BC. That's 3 centuries before Christ.
Allow me to put that in context. But you just did.
Well, and then there was Buddhist scholar Dao Xuan, who imagined metal humanoid automata that could recite sacred texts.
So the appearance of being intelligent, but actually just the ability to read out loud.
Precisely.
Hugh Edwards.
But what if doing no harm involves moral ambiguity? Take self-driving cars. What if swerving to avoid hitting someone on the road involves mounting the curb and hitting someone else? How does the robot decide whom to harm and whom to save?
Good use of the word whom, but it is a dilemma. If a robot car was hurtling towards a pregnant woman pushing a pram, of course, it would swerve to avoid her, even if it meant hitting another pedestrian. But what if that pedestrian was a senior politician, like Grant Shapps? Now you've put that robot in an impossible situation.
Well, there's also the issue of automatons serving us in a range of different ways, some of them in perhaps more intimate ways.
Do you mean sex robots?
Well, yes.
Yeah, that's weird, because I don't think I've thought about that before. But do you think that would be all right, then, to do that?
Well, it's a question that's never been addressed.
Because there could be for women, too. Just be a case of adapting an existing unit.
But perhaps a more complex issue is how to manage an emotional connection. You could imagine a robot one day providing the same companionship a dog might.
My dog would be a hard act to follow.
Yes, some people do form strong emotional attachments with their dogs.
Not like me and Seldom. He passed on a couple of weeks ago. I was actually at a fun fair. 1 minute he was barking at the waltzers, the next minute he was, as I thought, asleep next to the ghost train, funnily enough. But no, he'd... Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a big fella, but I tell you, he showed a damn sight more sensitivity than half the people on this planet.
Well, that's the thing with these moral dilemmas. I think it's...
He used to stand on his hind legs and put his paws on his shoulders and then just dance around the room. Yeah. I miss him. He's a really, really good dog. I love that advert.
Giving them away.
Okay, time for some more calls on...
What is Alan firing his friend's air rifle into?
That sound again. And again. Line 10, what am I firing my friend's air rifle into?
A sandwich.
Wrong, line 3.
The future?
Are you on an E? Line 6.
Dunno.
Did you call earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Unbelievable. Line 4.
Chop, chop, the nurse is here!
What the hell's all that about?
No idea, mate.
Seriously, what?
might have something to do with me.
Why?
It's to do with something I did on the on Branning's show last night.
Well, let's hear it.
Move on.
No, let's hear it.
Move on.
Let's hear it. Seriously.
It wouldn't work now.
No, you can't deprive the listeners of mid-morning matters.
On this occasion, I think I should.
Seriously, let's hear what you did.
Really? Yes.
Yeah. Go on,
Okay. Well, so Carl Branning was under the weather, and he had some night nurse and some day nurse, and so the big joke was, which one should he take, because it's the night time, but he still didn't want to go to sleep. And then the callers started, it's like the late at night, the callers are a bit more sort of zany, so they start calling in and with the other suggestions for nurses and people. And anyway, the point was, someone called in about a mental nurse, and then I basically was then a mental nurse for the next hour, just doing a stupid character about this nurse who kind of scuttles around the wards and is like putting milk into the drips and things, and she's just like toppling people out of beds, and I don't really.
Sidekick Simon, Sidekick Simon. I'll worry about it, I'll see. Wait a minute. Have you seen Duck Soup and Mark's Brothers?
Oh, yeah.
You'd love that. Really love it. OK, time for traffic and travel.
Traffic and travel.
That was Alison Moyet again. And now for the final choice cut of Partridge on Partridge.
Sounds like two birds copulating.
Not now, mate. What about family? Got any kids? Yeah, I got a couple, male and female. Names? Denise, she's the female, and Fernando, he's the other one. Love them? Just a bit. Do they listen to the show? Yes, they do.
It's not what they told me.
You don't know. What would be your ideal evening? I'll tell you what it wouldn't be. Is having a pint of bitter with a traitor.
Oh, come on, Alan, give me a break.
Who said I was talking about you? World doesn't revolve around you.
No, I'm not saying that.
You're not the moon.
Yeah, I thought you said you weren't bothered.
What about your favourite TV show? Deal or no deal, I'm not bothered. And why is that? Edmonds. You know, you can do what you like for all I care. It's a free country, unless they change the law. What about a favourite war? The 100 Years. And I'll tell you something else. Any reason? Pioneering use of cannons. You can make love to the guy for all I care. You know, bum time with Branning. You know, that's been legal since '67. What's your greatest strength? You give a break to a lab assistant from secondary modern. Your biggest weakness? Repays you by taking 30 pieces of Branning silver.
He's not paying me, Alan.
It's a metaphor. What makes you laugh? To recap, key strength, courage, weakness, too kind, funny, YouTube, sneezing panda, enjoyed chat. I enjoyed chatting to you too, thanks, Alan. And tell Chegwin I'll pay for the dry cleaning, but he should count himself something else. And the answer to what is Alan firing his friend's air rifle into is a beef tomato. And here is Mick Hucknall. That was Berlin with Take My Breath Away, which I'm dedicating to my partner Angela, who's got asthma. I'll tell you what takes my breath away, the number of calls and texts we've had about Jasper. It's not been like this since we had the chat about Ramadan. Although on our message board, a few people have let themselves down with some pretty ugly vitriol.
There's a surprise.
Yeah, I won't go into detail, but lots of Fs, smattering of effing Cs, some D-heads, and various T's, and a couple of S for brains. OK.
Right.
Time once again for... Shut up! Time once again...
1,000 apologies.
...for our local hero of the week. Sponsored by Benson and Hedges.
And you'll remember last week it went to Andy Deacon, a father of three who was on a school roof retrieving a football and found the body of a cat, which he returned to its owner very thoughtfully in a silk-lined shoebox.
Once again, you've been calling with your tales of public spirit, heroism and daring do.
I'm sure it's what Alexander Graham Bell had in mind when he invented the telephone.
Good humour. Every week,
I do sometimes
we
think
ask
that we
you,
too much
our listeners,
store in
to
hearing
put
as many
forward someone
opinions as
in
possible.
your life
as Andrew
who
Neil,
you feel is worthy of the
once said to
title
me,
hero.
Opinions are like
it doesn't have to be
bottoms.
hero in the
Everyone,
traditional sense,
has one,
i.e. a soldier in Iraq, but someone that you feel has gone out of the way to do something for someone else. That's what we're looking for. It really is that
make
simple.
One crave a little bit of silence.
Unbelievable. Hello, June.
Hello?
It's Alan Partridge from North Norfolk Digital's local hero. Sponsored by Benson and Hedges.
Who was that?
Your friend Maggie tells us that you've been recently knitting some luminous bibs for the car park attendants at your office.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Well, I'm pleased to say that you've been named as this week's local hero. You? Ah, the hero.
Who was that?
By way of a prize, you should be able to see a man outside dressed as a clown with £100 cash in his pocket.
Oh. Is he smoking a cigarette?
He might be. Simon, who'd be your local hero?
Probably my newsagent. At the end of the day, each day, he gives away all the leftover sandwiches to homeless people.
That's a hero.
He's a hero.
He's a hero. What about you, Jasper?
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly comment.
Oh, go on.
Well, I'll tell you who I wouldn't nominate.
No, we can all do that. Hitler. Tell us who you would nominate.
Well, I've always admired...
Not someone who works in the media or London.
Yeah, God forbid. Making one of them a hero would be like
Don't do one of those. Just tell us who's your hero.
Well, there was a history teacher at my school, Mr. Rigg.
No,
so he'd be my...
Sorry.
No, you were saying.
No, please, do go on, I insist.
Just he'd be... he didn't have to take me under his wing, and he did. And he was very kind to me when I was vulnerable, and and I miss him. I don't mind saying that.
You should talk more like that, because when you did, you can see in your face that deep down you're a cracking fella.
Hmm? Thank you.
Forget about it. Forget about it. Love that. OK, time for some music. Here's a chap who's permanently high while his mates sell blubber for cash. It's Bob Marley and the Wailers.
To help us look at the discipline of yesteryear, we sent Alan back to his old school.
I must warn you that this film contains teachers some viewers may find disturbing. This is St Jude's High School, a secondary specialising in the performing arts and media studies. But back in the 1970s, it was an actual school, and I was a pupil here. Today, the corridors of St Jude's are alive with the sound of laughter and play. Back then, however, the school echoed with an altogether different noise. The noise of corporal punishment. Thrashings were the order of the day back then. The only ways to avoid a walloping, keep out of trouble, or get homeschooled like Dominic Bentham. Although I think he ended up killing himself in his 40s. Alas, for those of us schooled in the classroom, the finger of blame didn't always land on the guilty.
Partridge! What is that? Bring it here. And stop gawping, for crying out loud.
Ordinarily, I'd see a boy taking the long walk to the teacher's desk and think he was being disruptive. Go on, sir, batter him. But on this occasion, that boy was me.
What is it?
It's a picture of you, sir, with a penis where your nose should be.
Is that what you think I look like?
It wasn't me, sir. It was Smithy. He's from a broken home. Something changed in me that day. I had walked to school a boy.
Now sit down, you lemon.
But I returned home, a big boy. Fortunately, what the psychotic teachers of the 1970s lacked in self-control, they also lacked in technique. Inexperienced teachers would often opt for a one-handed stroke with little backlift and a short follow-through. But swing analysis from my squash coach reveals this to be both ineffective and inaccurate. With little rotation of the hips, the backswing ends here, which means the maximum arc of the swing is shortened, and an unsteady stance means energy dissipates as the swing is completed. But watch what happens with a firmer base and a longer backlift. In this case, the swing stops here. Look at the line from the shoulder all the way down to the knee. The wider stance creates stability so that energy can be transferred from the standing leg all the way to the front knee. And with the hips rotated right round, the striker is like a coiled spring. If we play on, watch now how all of that force is driven down through the arc of the swing, picking up speed, as the front knee bears all the weight, and then pow! The striker hits through the target, continuing to rotate the hips until he ends up in a finishing pose that is the mirror image of the backlift. Impressive. Eventually, corporal punishment was subject to a blanket ban, except in emergencies. But the memories remain. Sore heads, swollen knuckles, rosy red bum cheeks. Sounds funny. Don't feel funny.
Now, we've all seen it. A teenager near a window asking Siri what the weather's like.
A taxi driver using his phone to calculate your change after you've given him £20 for an £18 fare. Clearly the change is £2.
But is our addiction to technology actually making us less intelligent?
To gauge the public mood, we cross to Simon Denton with a slightly expanded role, sifting through your texts, tweets, and now live calls.
Howdy.
Howdy. So, yeah, bigger role, more responsibility.
Yes, indeed. Finally got that promotion, Ma.
Same money, though, I think.
Yeah. So, we've been asking, have we lost good old-fashioned British common sense? Eustace says, pick up bits of broken glass by pressing a slice of damp bread against the floor.
Very good tip. I've done that myself.
Yes, just remember to bin the bread afterwards.
Which I didn't do, as my lips were lacerated.
Oh, dear.
My then girlfriend wouldn't kiss me for a week.
That must have been difficult.
Well, you can do other stuff.
Someone else who says, I avoid pet odours in my home.
Yeah, that's more of a housekeeping tip. We're really asking a slightly deeper question about the way we live now. Have we lost something?
Yeah, totally. So Anita says, if you've lost the end of a roll of sellotape, but you're saying you mean sort of lost something in society, as a society.
Yeah, so the ones you selected, are they all just housekeeping tips?
Yes, the tweets are.
Right.
We could take a phone call.
Let's do it.
Calls are under social... And then... No, not social.
Stay calm.
Hang on, I've got it here. Live. And then phone.
Right, there are 3 phones.
Just put phone. No. Yes, OK, so now I think we have Stephen Tent on line 4. Stephen. Stephen, are you there? Steve? Stephen Tent on line 4. Go to... Steve? Go to emails?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's fall in love. Bear with me.
I wish there was a bear with you. You'd probably make a better job of it than you. Seriously, mate.
Now, there is a way of getting from here to emails.
You make it sound like Fort Knox.
Fort! Stephen Fort. It's not Stephen Tent on line 4. It's Stephen
Fort on line 10. Right.
Well, let's go find him. Come on, then. What's all the fuss about now? Let's go. Come on, let's travel. Stephen Fort on line 10. Just missed him, I think.
Here's what we've got coming up for the rest of the show. Now, before I tie a belt round your upper arm, slap your vein and inject you with a pure dose of Genesis, I have to say I am being harangued into throwing my own hat into the ring for Norfolk's greatest person. So in I go. This is unbelievable. How Delia Smith can be within 1 vote of Horatio Nelson, it really is beyond me. If you want to vote for a food-related hero, may I suggest Turkey Baron Bernard Matthews. Bernard slays, I know this because he's a friend of mine, close to 7 million turkeys a year, which is doing it for about the best part of 30 years. He has slaughtered close to 250 million birds for your eating pleasure. Not personally, of course. The process is highly mechanised. No, Bernard's not actually wrung the neck of a turkey for a couple of years. And even then, it was for a charity event. It's great to be around him. Depending on your point of view, he's either responsible for the biggest ornithological genocide of recent times, or he is the greatest farmyard-to-table strategist of the last 100 years. And I know this for a fact because he is my confidant, he's tantalisingly close to producing the 10-pence turkey. What a thought. He's actually showed me around his factory recently. Very, very liberal of him. He said, you can go anywhere you like, Alan. Apart from one room. He just stood in front of my path and said, don't go in there. I said, I thought you said I could go anywhere. He just said, just drop it. And all the love went from his eyes. Chilling. Anyway, I'd like to suggest Bernard Matthews as Norfolk's greatest person, along with my own hat, which is still in the ring, along with all the other candidates' hats. Middle of the day? You bet. Middle-aged? Maybe. Middle of the road? No way. Tina, how can you put Horatio Nelson beneath Delia Smith? Now, there's a thought.
I think Delia's great.
Don't get me wrong, Deals is a cracking cook and a very attractive older woman. But Nelson masterminded the defeat of the entire French and Spanish navies before being shot in the neck and subsequently kissed.
Well, OK, but could he cook a good spag bowl?
Oh, well, you're being humorous, which is fine.
No, I'm being serious.
Well, people only abbreviate when they're being jocular. You said spag bowl. Say the full words. If you're going to take this seriously, say them. Say it.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Thank you. Let's wrap this up. I think it's run its course. We'll look at the results for Norfolk's greatest person. My hat's in the ring. Actually, I'm going to take my hat out. There it is. It's a tie, a dead tie between Oliver Cromwell and Horatio Nelson, exactly as I predicted. Why do I bother? That's rhetorical, by the way. Please don't text in. I know why I bother. But I'm not prepared to go into that now, because right now it's time for Surname Mastermind. Hello, Chris, on line 1. Are you there?
I'm there, yes, I'm here.
Chris, are you ready to play Surname Mastermind?
Yeah.
OK, here we go. Cheryl, Ashley.
Cole.
Correct. Simon, Yasmin.
LeBon.
Correct. Michael, Shakira.
Kane.
Correct. Rod, Alana.
Hull.
No. Stuart. Dave and Samantha.
Cameron.
Yeah, that's right.
This is called Raindrops and Rainbows. It goes a little something like this. Rained and it rained and it rained and it rained and it rained some more. 1,000 tiny tears coming floating underneath my door. Where did the sun go? Where did the moon go? Where did the sun go? Jeff saved them all from heaven. March 19th, 1997.
Brilliant.
You're listening to Mid-Morning Matters. Blackbird, I've written down a word on my notepad. It's the only word I've written. I'd like you to read it out.
Spellbinding.
That's what that song was to me.
Thank you very much. I was just telling a true story about a guy I knew, Jeff Tanner.
Not the Jeff Tanner who was arrested. Lives in the old rectory, was accused of keeping images of children.
He was never charged with that.
Yeah, but mud sticks. I shouldn't really have mentioned his name. At least we didn't mention his address.
You did.
Oh, no, yes, we did. He said he lived at the old rectory. I've done it again. It just shows you, doesn't it? I mean, paedophiles can be heroes. So, if there are any well-meaning vigilantes thinking of bowling up to the old rectory to teach him a lesson.
Go easy on him.
Yeah, I mean...
Because he did rescue all those Cub Scouts.
Yeah. Huh?
The song was more about a gentler time, perhaps.
1997.
When terrorists were Irish.
It's hard to find a quiet moment in the modern world because of the many distractions.
I know exactly what you mean. Well, you can get bogged down, can't you, with the busyness of life? You've got gas bills on the doormat and, pizza menus, Lib Dem leaflets, Oxfam demanding a direct debit. No! An invoice from the window cleaner. I'll pay you at the end of the month. And you think, how can I escape this madness? But, no, but it sounds like you've got it licked.
Thank you very much. All I ever wanted was for my music to connect with people. So.
Blackbird Bluetooth.
I don't know about that when it comes to technology. I'm a bit of a Luddite, really.
Yeah, well, nothing wrong with being a Luddite.
No, this place is crawling with them.
Yeah, we were given a talk, weren't we, on DAB radio. One of the producers went bananas, attacked a mixing desk with a squash racket. He said his insulin was low, but I think he was just frightened.
Maybe they have a point, though, the Luddites. Maybe we'd be a lot happier if we lived like old Blackbird.
I just think there are some things that are a bit more important than iPhones and iPads.
I think I do now. When I get home tonight, I'm going to throw away my kettle. Let's have a last song.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the one about bees.
Oh, we could do a new one. I've got a fun song about a shepherd who moves to the city. It's upbeat, quirky, and it's called Boomtown.
Yeah, could do that one. I like the one about bees.
What would life be without iPads? Better. What would life be without cows? Worse. What would life be without Tesco's? Better. What would life be without beer? Worse.
John in Baskell.
Food.
Worse. Jess in Horsford.
Tax.
Better.
Worse.
Diane in Grimston.
Gore-Tex.
Worse. Jess in Horsford.
Immigration.
Neutral.
It's complicated.
What would life be without
Marmite.
Whoa, that's precious. Oh, always very Marmite indeed. Mick and Fulsham. We'll have a few calls about that, certainly. And immigration.
And here is the woman herself to tell us more about her new series that shines a light on women in science. It's writer and broadcaster Dee Gilhooly.
Just to clarify, by the way, some viewers may mistakenly think that your second name is Hooley and your first name is Deagle. In actual fact, your second name is Gil Hooley, your first name is D. That's a full name, not an initial.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Wicked to be here.
Cool.
So you're perhaps best known as one of the regulars on Radio 4's Woman's Hour.
Which, by the way, guys, well worth a listen.
Oh, I wouldn't have had you down as a fan, Alan.
Well, it's a curious story. I was actually stuck in traffic and Classic FM were playing music from an advert which I dislike. So I found myself listening to Woman's Hour and I thought, this is actually good.
Tell your friends.
I did. I told 10 men and they will tell 10 men and they will tell 10 men to tell 10 men to tell 10 men. It sounds like the kind of song you'd sing on a coach trip, but it's actually true.
Now, your radio series focuses on trailblazers and groundbreakers in the field of science.
Bang on, yeah. It's a chance for some brilliant, lesser-known women to have their stories told, you know what I mean? So, with all due respect to your Ada Lovelaces or Rosalind Franklins, we're going to be looking at women under the bonnet, as it were, the fuel in the turbocharger.
Because there's some fascinating women here. We're talking Vera Rubin, Nettie Stevens, Cecilia Payne. I mean, brilliant women.
Oh, kick-ass women. Yeah, Cecilia Payne's actually is an amazing story. A British astronomer, got her doctorate at 25, boom. And she wrote a paper on the composition of the stars, but was persuaded not to publish it by her colleague Henry Norris Russell. Years later, her findings were published and credited to, you've guessed it,
Henry Norris Russell?
Bingo. You still with us, Alan?
Yeah. So I'm sorry to... Actually, it makes me physically sick to say this, but I was miles away. Which shows this is a real problem within men, isn't it? What I will say, the purposes of clarification, is you don't put fuel in a turbocharger. It's a small turbine housed within the exhaust that utilises excess gases, loops them back round, increases power output. So small capacity engine, big hike in power, very efficient. That was told to me by an engineer in oily overalls called Karen. Woman.
Fair play. Yeah. Well, because women in jobs like that have to put up with their fair share of jeering, you know, even now in 2018, and they just have to accept it.
If I can just speak as a male, I'm sorry, I have sinned. I've stood on the pavement with other men and slow hand clapped as I watched a woman try to parallel park. And that's wrong. And I think if I saw the same thing happen today, I would just, shout out instructions.
Or just leave her alone.
Yeah, I'd shout out instructions or just leave her alone. I'd ask her which she prefers.
Or just leave her alone.
Or just leave her alone. Yeah.
These issues need to be aired by women. We're still seeing powerful men harassing women when all they want to do is do their jobs and be left alone.
Amen.
Hey, women. I mean, I feel you. I feel you. I don't mean I feel you. I wouldn't do that unless I was your doctor or your boyfriend. But I totally identify with what you're saying.
Well, I think the me too's a woman thing, really,
exactly.
isn't it? I mean, I'm not sure it's that helpful for a man to presume to know what that's like, to be honest, but anyway.
Of course it is.
Yes.
If men actually listened to what women were saying on harassment, then they'd shut up and listen, but they don't. So we're still seeing the same things time...
I've been sexually harassed.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware.
It's not quite the same thing that women have been through, but it is a bit.
Target is an Al-Qaeda cell. 4 terrorists are in the building. In addition, they have as many as 4 hostages. Your mission is to recover the hostages. We're in 2 teams. A team led by Danny will secure the perimeter. B team today will include Alan.
Lads.
B team will enter the building through the door on the white aspect. The hostages are being held on the far side of the blue aspect. Any questions?
Sir.
Alan.
Recommend we use night vision capability.
It's 1300 hours, so no.
Copy that.
Questions?
Open door right!
I've got the rear!
Open door left! With me!
I've got the rear!
Open door right! On me!
I've got the rear! Special Forces experts agree it's important to guard the rear.
Partridge, get me!
This was my signal. A gauntlet thrown down. We know eagles dare, but does a partridge? Left side clear, right side clear, room clear, hold! Did you see that? Did you see that?
Thanks, mate. So, how do you think you did?
Pretty good, yeah, pretty good.
Well, you discharged your firearm correctly, all neat and tidy.
Yeah, I was a sixer in the Cubs.
Right, well, let's have a look at the video, shall we? Yeah, this full shot, what's this stance? You're presenting a very wide target.
Yeah, that's a recognised shooting stance.
Where have you seen that before?
The opening sequence of the James Bond films.
Right, yeah. It's me and the boys are wondering where the hell's he got that from?
And I told you, it's from the opening sequence of the James Bond films.
Yeah. Straight away, I can see a fundamental problem. Your first two shots.
Yeah, double tap, central torso, pretty good.
You've killed a hostage.
Oh, Alan.
Terrorist, unharmed. Hostage, dead. Terrorist, unharmed. Hostage, dead. Terrorist, unharmed. Hostage, dead. That makes 4 unharmed terrorists and 4 hostages killed.
That is suboptimal.
We would call it a catastrophic failure. I mean, why did you shoot this guy? This is an Islamic terrorist cell. This guy's clearly a Sikh.
Oh, come on, I mean...
Do you know many Muslims that wear turbans?
Sinbad the Sailor?
Catastrophic failure.
Well, wait a second. I was charged with incapacitating 4 targets and recovering 4 persons, which, to be fair, I did do. The only twist was...
that you saved 4 terrorists and killed 4 hostages.
Precisely. I mean, that's a good shot. And Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, still chatting with the throngs of well-wishers, bending over there, showing a lovely rapport with the children. If you just joined us, we are bringing you live coverage of the royal visit via footage from the Linkman Media Group website. That's an ugly man.
He's not shaved.
That's an absolute disgrace. To have someone that ugly,
that's disgusting,
close to royalty. It's all I can say is that his offensive face stands in stark contrast to Kate, who's looking quite radiant today in a sort of a mint green dress with 2 slits up the side.
Sort of gills.
Not gills. They're air vents, to be fair, to let air circulate around her royal midriff, flanks and back. So she has such an easy manner. It's difficult not to just be tranquilised by her face. Duchess of Cambridge, delightful woman. You can imagine her appearing in a cereal advert on a sunny veranda, laughing between mouthfuls of Special K.
Special Kate.
How true. Of course, shortly it will all be a memory. There'll be nothing left to do but tear down the bunting, bin it, and slope off. William there smiling, and his unmistakable big white royal teeth. Sure he gets through a lot of paste. Anything to add to that?
No.
No. I think we've had enough of that. And that concludes our live royal coverage. And what an unforgettable day.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely wonderful. Marvellous.
What do you think Kate and Wills do when they go home?
Oh, I imagine they stagger through the doors of a large, opulent bedroom suite. She leans against the double doors as she closes them and says, "Oh, if I get given one more bouquet of flowers, I think I'll just..." And William will say, "You'll just what?" And she says, "Oh, I don't know." She'll say, I'm just tired. I'll probably have something to eat, a rice-based dish or some pasta. I mean, William's always ravenous. Not so much Kate, but she eats what she can.
She's not too thin, is she?
God, no, we don't want to go through all that again. But these were no ordinary lovers. For together one day they would rule over England, Scotland, Wales, and, God willing, the whole of Ireland. Kate kicked off her shoes and sat cross-legged on the bed. She reached for an apple from the bedside table and chomped into it decisively. "Would His Royal Highness care to watch a vid?" "If you don't mind, it's Squadron Leader Windsor to you." "No way, when?" "Just this morning." "Well done, that man," said Kate, saluting him cheekily and giggling. But William was distracted. "You miss your mother, don't you?" "Every hour of every day." Sometimes I wish I could just fly that damn Chinook to heaven, have a chat with my mum, and then fly back to base. And with that, he scooped her up in his arms like a big digger. William sat next to her on the bed and ran his fingers through her hair. "Kate," he whispered, "you truly are my sleeping beauty." He walked towards the window, poured himself a large scotch, and peered out over the kingdom that would one day be his. He looked back at his slumbering princess, downed the scotch in one, then loosening his tie, he walked towards the bed. Here's the theme from Blue Peter. That's slightly hyperventilated then. Used to lead to lead to panic attacks. Jesus, not now. Whew.
What were you getting?
A panic attack. Oh no, the bouquet. Well, I'm not. It's been a while since I've used, wine words.
Oh well, people use all sorts of words to describe wine. I mean, vanilla, melon, straw.
Surely only livestock know what straw tastes like.
It's just a hint.
Yeah, it's just a hint.
And with red wines.
Yeah, wines have hints. Yeah.
Have a go, Alan. What did you get from that?
Pepper.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really? It is yeah. No, that is a very that's a very peppery wine. Lots of pepper. Yeah. I didn't even have to think of it. As soon as it brought to my nose, bang, pepper. Amazing.
Well, you've got a good nose.
Like you. What's next? That's a very that's very familiar. Yes. Now that's what is it? It's
Currants.
No. It's very specific.
Well, it's musky, so.
No.
It's.
No, it's.
Berries?
No, the Rosie, that's wrong.
Sorry. It's cherry. Cinnamon?
No. This wine tastes of chewits.
Oh. Oh, well, I've never heard
Have we got any chewits?
Now, this Chardonnay from Devon is exceptionally well balanced.
Rosie, it's great. They're all great. Fantastic.
Nicely fruity with a long finish.
Yeah, it's. What does that mean?
Well, it
long
means
finish.
It means the taste lingers on the palate.
It does. It does. It lingers on the palate. Absolutely.
Like a lazy forklift truck driver. He would linger on the palate.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Keep talking.
Well, so it lingers on the palate, and the taste, therefore, will. Oh,
right,
you all right?
Yeah, that's just this thing.
Oh.
Here. There we go.
Just.
No problem. Just go on. So what were you saying?
So is that taste lingering for you?
Yeah, I can still taste it. Definitely, yeah, still there.
Well, you will. You will for some time.
Yeah, it's got still there.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't wait till the flavour goes before we carry on the conversation, because it's because it's a long finish. It will be there for some time. No, it's gone. Cheers.
So, cheers. Anyway, which of the wines did you like best, Alan? I'm curious to know.
Which is the most? What are the prices individually? Bottle to bottle.
Right. Well, this one here. This is £6. This is £8.95, and this one's quite pricey. It comes in at £12.
That one is the one I think had the best flavour.
If you're scratching your head wondering why Simon Denton is sitting on the sofa, do not adjust your set.
It does look odd.
Simon is here to introduce his very first item, perhaps the shape of things to come.
Well, just a one-off. He's on holiday on the sofa, but he lives at the Digi Wall.
Simon.
Now, When one pensioner's local cinema closed, his plans for a birthday movie were scuppered. That was until his friends decided to step up and reenact his favourite Hitchcock film, Rear Window. I went along to take a look. And action!
And we're off.
Oh, that was so good. That was great.
It was good for you, mate. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's grainy black and white. Is that to look a bit...
Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's lovely, yeah. I mean, Rear Window's in colour, of course, but I don't think that matters one bit. So how did this land in your lap?
I just mentioned it to Howard and he said, yeah, give it a go.
Yeah. You know, you could always talk to me about work stuff like we agreed, mate.
Yeah.
Quick shot of you nodding.
It's just an edit point.
Edit point?
I've been here a while. I'm starting to learn how things work.
Are you?
Here comes a good bit.
Excuse me. Tiff, you're not gonna... We've got to take a rain check on Cornwall. I know. I got a couple of Japanese business associates flying in from Japan to possibly invest in the blooming production company, so...
What business associates?
John Kawasaki and John Suzuki. Yeah.
John Yamaha couldn't make it.
I suppose they are both named after Japanese motorcycle brands. No, I tried to move it, but I said, John's, could you make it any other weekend? But they said, no can do. No can do. Yeah, I know, Japanese, because the way they do talk in a slightly funny way. You shouldn't really laugh.
Japanese.
Yeah.
Don't dick me about.
Places, people, and we're back in 5, 4.
Oh, Simon Denton reporting there. Didn't he do a good job?
And they were so welcoming, not just Annie Arnold at number 10, but all her neighbours on Davenport Close in Kirkstall. A real community.
Oh, lovely.
Are you allowed to give out someone's name and address like that on camera? I'm not sure.
Don't know.
Right, I shouldn't have assumed you knew. It's just that when you've been here a while, you learn how things work. Yeah, we're all right.
Our apologies there, just for a slight slip-up. It's live TV, we all have our moments.
He doesn't have all this problem, but he just sticks to the jokes.
I had the VT to...
Can't you do both?
No time, mate.
We want a giggle.
Give us a break.
I did, remember? Now, mention our American cousins, and most people think weaponry, donuts, racism, and brown paper shopping bags with no handles. What's all that about?
Oh dear, I thought you were having a stroke there. But there's much more to America than that. Time for New SA, our first regular update on the state of the states. We're joined by our very own Ruth Duggan for a segment as American as Mum's apple pie.
I thought you were having
and
a stroke.
who doesn't love Mum's apple pie?
Well, sure I would. I've not met your mum, but I imagine a kind of Nanette Newman type. Crimping crusts and cutting out love hearts from excess pastry to plonk on the top of the pie lid.
Something like that. What about your mum's?
Well, I love my mum, but I have to say she made bad pies. And even though she loved me, she managed to make a pie without putting any love into it whatsoever. So, yeah, just chopped apples, pastry, lots of brown sugar, but, as I say, no love. But, Ruth, I bet you loved your mum's apple pie. First up, police raid a house in Cleveland and find 4 dead men in a septic tank. Not the kind of story anyone likes.
I do, actually. I love anything like that.
Right.
Absolutely delicious.
Yeah, right, you mean the apple pie. And the same, though, Ruth. All the pastry turns into a fat back.
Well, quite. It's been described as a truly gruesome sight.
What?
A vision of hell. Dismembered limbs from as many
right.
as...
I think you've got a bit of a delay on the line.
A delay on the line.
Copycat.
So I'll just try and soldier on as best... Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
It's all right. I was just saying the same thing as you said.
I should just try and push on and assume that you can hear... Yep, go ahead, Alan.
No, you go ahead.
Shall
you
I
go
continue?
ahead.
So
you
I'll
go
try...
ahead.
I didn't
You
quite
go
catch-
ahead. It's like trying to have a chat on a webcam with someone in the Philippines. Or bloody anywhere in the world.
Yes, sorry, after you.
Ruth, stop talking. We're starting again. Nod when you get this. Now, Ruth, hello.
Hello.
Good. Do you like your mum's apple pie?
Yes.
And I believe the police have found the remains of 4 dead men in a house in Cleveland.
Yes, that's right.
Well, tell us about it and give us a long answer so we don't have to keep going back and forth.
Now?
Yes, now. I should knock on the side of your box.
Well,
Ignore
as
the
I said,
box, then.
it's a grisly discovery, and while the identities of the men haven't been Sorry, the side of my box? The owner of the house has been named locally as 51-year-old Brian Crilly, now the subject of a full-scale manhunt.
Well, Ruth, I think we'll leave it there for today. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jenny.
Let you go and enjoy the sunshine.
Too hot for me, I'm afraid.
You back with us next week?
The week after.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Ruth Duggan there, and apologies if there were any technical glitches. I think we got it sorted out in the end.
Today we're talking condiments. You're stuck on a desert island. You're allowed one condiment. Which is it to be? John in Sproston.
Ketchup.
Harry in Bodham.
Mustard.
Kev in Norwich.
Gravy.
That's not a condiment, it's a hot sauce.
Bristol then.
That's a brand of gravy.
Bronson pickle then.
And that's a relish. It's 8 minutes to 12 in less than 1 hour.
Mustard.
Myself and sidekick Simon
Man the barricades.
will come face to face with one of the most beautiful women in the world.
Anthea Turner.
Anthea the Body Turner.
Ooh. You like her, do you then, Alan?
What man doesn't? Seriously, what man doesn't?
Oh, no, hardly any.
Exactly. She...
Stevie Wonder.
or Ray Charles.
Any blind man.
Yeah. She is the Ford Escort Cabriolet of middle-aged women. Sleek, petite, a little bit racy.
0% finance available.
It doesn't even make sense. But it's still funny, still surreally funny. Which is why we booked you.
Power steering.
By the way, please don't text in. The woman/car thing is exclusively for myself and sidekick Simon. We're just doing that. What's that word you used?
Riffing.
We're riffing. We're jamming.
Yeah. Well, riffing.
Yeah. I can say it's always like this, isn't it?
It is,
we had brunch.
I had lunch
on Sunday. Yeah. You had lunch because I would turn up at about 11:30.
Yeah, and then I pitched up about 12:10.
He pitched up at 12:30, like blooming rolls in like Lord
Vader,
Lucan, and what did you order?
I had the Thai fish cakes.
Yeah, that's right.
You sat there stuffing
No,
yourself.
don't tell me what I had. I had the. I had. Can't remember. You're listening to North Norfolk Digital with Alan Partridge. No, it's gone.
You right, Alan?
Yeah.
Yep. Thought I'd lost you there. Away with the fairies.
There's only one fairy in here.
Yeah, I'm looking right at him.
Hey, you cheeky tit! This is great banter. It really is. So anyway, there we were having lunch, brunch. Call it. What do you call lunch and brunch when they're combined? What's it?
Blunch. Is it a blunch?
That's excellent. Really good.
And I'd got the supplements, hadn't I?
We spread the supplements out on the coffee table, and I think we had a bit of a tussle over the motoring section.
We did a bit. We locked horns.
We grappled.
We wrestled for them.
We didn't wrestle, but you gave me a bag of crisps, didn't you?
Yes.
Cheesy onion, cheese and onion.
Cheese and onion.
And now normally when I open a packet of crisps, I open them at the top, but Simon showed me a technique whereby you splice the packet down the side, lay it flat, and share the contents.
Hippie style.
And I think, in all seriousness, it was at that point that I realised that here was a guy who's prepared to push the envelope.
Cheers.
Oh. I'd love to see you open an envelope, probably do it in a very unconventional way.
OK, I've come up with a top 10 list of things not to say to a customs officer.
Time for travel update with Chris Gifford. Kippers, that's what I had. Heather has told me that a good masseuse should have hands that are both tender yet powerful, and I can vouch that her hands would be equally at home cradling a winged bird or hammering sheet metal in a yard. Ow. So I get a bit I get a bit knotted at the start of the month when the direct debits are going out. That's a sports injury.
Wow, which sport?
I was doing forward rolls at speed.
You mean roly-polies?
It's a standard SAS energy dissipation technique. I'd love to see you call it a roly-poly in front of Andy McNabb. He'd knock you out. Yeah, it was a Rotary Club barbecue at my best friend John Boyd's house. Usual story. Me and some of the guys ran the barbecue, talking about property prices, girls inside making the salad.
Then you started doing your roly-polies.
And I started demonstrating the tuck and roll technique. But John's got quite a small garden because he's not done very well in his career. And I went headlong into the weighted base of a parasol.
Oh, God. One of those metal things?
No, it's a plastic one filled with water. As I say, he's not done very well in his career.
Ouch. Sounds painful.
Yeah, well, I dislocated my shoulder, but I just shut my eyes and let my body go into shock. You're listening to a mid-morning massage.
Do me a favour, keep your head down.
I've got to do the eye down. It always reminds me of being born when I put my head through a hole.
Very hard to swallow.
Should place a spittoon down there.
Seriously, though, is there a mug or something?
Yeah, I'll pop mine down. So how are you feeling, Alan?
I'm very good. I've always been very good at letting the stress, fade away.
Yep.
Which is why a lot of people hate me. But I just say, let them hate me.
Yes. Let that be their burden.
Very wise. Let them get cancer.
Getting quite jealous here. Alan? Alan? Tomorrow, Alan will be asking you to join his campaign against the £1 deposit for supermarket trolleys. Alan's 3 solutions are abolish, chip and pin, or retina scan. Quick.
Oh, sorry. I was having a dream.
Sorry about that. I was just dreaming I was walking along the Appalachian Trail. I got caught in a thunderstorm and we had to find shelter in an abandoned log cabin.
So who are you walking with?
Just me. Just me and Julia Bradbury. We've been contacted by a spokesperson for Noel Edmonds who's asked us to point out that Mr. Edmonds has been a successful broadcaster for almost 5 decades. Noel's House Party, 50 million viewers. Successful businessman, formats sold in 80 countries. It's basically just a list of his achievements. I do have to read this. Any views expressed about Noel Edmonds were those of Alan Partridge and not the station. Yep, totally agree with that. Hope no offence was caused and we wish him well. Again, that's the station's view, not mine. I don't particularly mind if I caused him a small amount of offence. And whilst I don't wish him ill, I don't particularly want him to find any peace, if I'm honest. Now, though, a chill-out compilation I found at a car boot sale. It's fantastic. This is Glockenspiel Dreams. We are so, with several O's, excited to be here with fashionista extraordinaire Tommy Chaucer. Tommy.
Hi, and excited is right, because today is all about the skirt. After 2 years of heavy tailoring with all manners of trouser, baby, the skirt is back.
Okay.
So cop a feel of these. Now, our first skirt is a circle skirt, modelled by the beautiful Kirsty.
Hello.
Just £65.
She can't be. Oh, you mean the price?
And it's a skirt that's an expression of joy. It's summertime, it's good times, it's light, it's airy, and it's fun.
It's a happy skirt,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very elated.
It's over the moon.
It is. It's chuffed to bits.
Can't wipe the smile off its face.
It's billowy.
Like a windsock.
Like a windsock. Or like a tent.
Yes. A marquee, wedding marquee,
like
maybe.
a big wedding marquee that's not been moored properly.
That's right. And you can see exactly what the skirt does for Kirsty's posture, the way she walks, the way she holds herself. And wow, Kirsty owns it.
Really? Oh, well, thank you for bringing it in, Kirsty.
I mean, she makes it work for her.
Oh, totally, yeah. I mean, Simon.
Yes.
Say something.
It's got a beautiful silhouette.
Yes, I mean, it is a great shape. It really is.
I would also add that it's comfortable, modest, and good for Sunday best. Useless.
And it's got 2 poppers, so you can adjust it if you do change in size or once a month, possibly.
Because when a woman enters the menstrual stage of a feminine cycle, she will swell around the tummy.
So let's bring out our next gorgeous girl, Julia.
Julia!
Now, this is a Dirndl skirt.
Now, this I love.
It's shaped like a bell, concentrated around the waist, around the hips, and this one is very on trend.
It is like a stripy bell with her legs as the hammer. Feel the fabric, Simon, then talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Have a feel.
Feel the fabric.
Yeah. Decent.
Yeah?
Exactly, and it's
Decent bit of skirt. No, sorry, I take that back.
Well, it's saying Dolce Vita, Roman holiday.
It is, it's saying...
Molto bene!
Molto bene!
Molto bene!
Molto bene! Not that loud, but, you know... There's no getting away from it, Tommy. Sometimes Simon and I can be outrageous, really can. Let's look at another woman in a skirt.
Our next skirt is modelled by the lovely Louisa.
Oh, very curvy stripes, like she's been squeezed out of a giant tube of Colgate lady paste.
And we've paired the skirt with daring red shoes that really draw the eye. And it says, I'm on the town, it says, I mean business. It says, I'm comfortable, but I'm nobody's fool.
Yeah, it's saying, I'm a whirling dervish. Yes, I like to go to the office, but sometimes I like to sit on a park bench with Ryvita and Philadelphia looking sad. But it's also saying, I'm happy, I like to leap in the air and sing, whoa, body form. That's, yeah.
It never bloody shuts up, this
yeah,
skirt.
well,
What are you talking about?
it is a stripy chatterbox.
It is skirt.
It's a magnificent skirt.
Tommy, join me at the lady. I think this look works for Julia, but I can also see her perhaps with her hair up.
Totally. Excuse
like
me, my
this.
darling.
Thank you, darling. Maybe a shocking pink clutch bag, sleeves pushed up, LA Law style.
Totally. Hair up, daytime casual, hair down, one word, accessorise. Wrist, neck, ears.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes.
No.
Nails, lots of colour, accessories where you can really let your hair down.
Yeah, although I've just told you to put it up to me. She's smiling. Earrings, maybe a couple of big hoops. Just toss your head back and shake it around, let them clank against your neck.
Thanks, Louisa.
Thanks, sweetheart. That was sensational. And there we have it, a brief but fascinating exchange between Jenny Gresham and the Princess Royal. Plenty to unpack. We learned Her Royal Highness is, in her words, very well and pleased that she could be here. She went on to describe her duties as varied and talked about her affection for her family. Good, solid stuff.
Now, though, it's time to hear from you at home as we ask for your thoughts on what the future holds for Britain's favourite family. Of course, we've also been asking for your encounters with royalty, and don't forget to share your tips on modern-day etiquette. Keep those coming in. And tomorrow, should we scrap HS2?
Jesus Christ.
Well, we do need to hear viewers.
Why? Why do we need to hear from the viewers? Tell us what you think, join the conversation, get involved, share your views. Is it snowing where you are? Do you like fireworks? What's your favourite soup? Who gives a shit?
Excuse me, apologies for the language there.
Michael Gove said we've had enough of experts. Do you know who I've had enough of? Idiots.
I'm not sure I'd call our audience idiots.
Look at the tweets, Jenny. I mean, read the mailbag. Everyone at the BBC thinks it. They never say it publicly, of course, but behind closed doors. Whispered in the corridors, that's where you hear the truth. They think Countryfile is boring, they don't understand darts, and they don't really care about your opinion.
The BBC is committed to letting ordinary people have their say.
There's nothing in between. It's either BBC4 Live from the Hay on Wye Book Festival, or other people telling us they think dogs are better than cats. You feel like throwing open your windows and saying, I am hopping mad, and I want something in the middle.
Are you finished?
Julian Fellows. I don't like Julian Fellows.
What's that got to do with your argument?
Nothing. I just don't like him.
Well, I'm sure, Simon, we have plenty of viewers getting in touch with their royal story.
Well, actually, we're getting people shouting Alan's slogan from their windows and tweeting in to let us know. Let's see, we've got Bournemouth, I'm hopping mad, I just want something in the middle. Southend, I'm hopping mad, I want something in the middle. Same with Warrington. I'm hopping mad. Something in the middle. Hull.
I've touched a nerve. Anything from London?
Nothing from London, no.
Well, we're in London. Let's go and have a look. Terry, come with me. Simon, do you want to come?
No.
I'm sorry I clouted you.
It's all right.
Everyone, go to your windows. Open your windows and just shout out at the top of your voice. I'm hopping mad and I want something in the middle. This way. Follow me, sorry. I can hear them now.
Okay.
Keep shouting. Keep shouting. Hey, you. Say that again. Say the whole thing. Right, you get that? Cheers. Cheers! Good. They're all saying it. Hey, yeah, all right, whatever. Fucking idiot. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Anyone else hopping mad who just wants something in the middle? No, we can't count you twice. Anyone else? Any more? No? I mean, that's 3 people. They say for every person who complains, there's another 20 who silently agree, so that's 60 people in this area at least. Minimum. You roll that out across the country, it's got to be 1 million.
So, drama therapy. It's therapy that uses role play to help people work through difficult or challenging situations.
Well, like therapy, good drama encourages us to look inside. It helps us to understand our own behaviour and deal with emotional issues.
In fact, Simon was telling me earlier that Aristotle coined the term catharsis to describe the healing we experience through drama.
Hubris, nemesis, catharsis.
Well, it's all Greek to me. Thought I'd do the joke this time, seeing as Simon was being a bit serious.
But what kind of problems does drama therapy help to confront?
It's very versatile. Marital strife, workplace disagreements, psychological trauma. Drama therapy is not always easy. It can be very challenging and sometimes tearful, but it should always feel welcoming.
I think you just described the pub quiz I go to. You see, you should be saying this. Catharsis.
Now, I believe we're going to see some drama therapy in action.
That's right, Jenny. Over here we have 2 actors, Daniel and Louise. And in a typical therapy situation, they would play out scenarios that couples can try themselves.
Right.
Now, in this scenario, Louise thinks that Daniel is emotionally closed off, but Daniel feels that as he's getting older, he does need more space. Guys?
And you wonder why we never resolve anything. It's because we argue, and then 5 minutes later, you get upset and I have to back down.
No one's saying you have to.
But that's what happens when you play that card.
It's not a card, Daniel. It's how I feel. Just because you're a closed book doesn't mean I have to be.
What am I supposed to say to that?
You should tell her that... Sorry, that's...
No, that's fine. Do you want to jump in?
Oh, me? God, no.
Yeah, no, please do. Step in for Daniel.
No, it's just... I've not acted for quite a while.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hadn't realised you'd acted.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just with Norfolk players, a bit of acting, producing, directing. Most recently, A Few Good Men.
Oh,
so,
amazing. What part did you play?
The Jack Nicholson role, so
Ooh.
yeah, a bit of a tough act to follow, but I just tried to do it sort of, you know, like the truth. You can't handle the truth. Yeah, so I sort of went higher, and then I did the scoff at the end, which I don't think Nicholson thought of. So.
Well, how would you feel about having a go at this scene?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, great. OK, Daniel, you step out. Louise, you're in the kitchen, you're making dinner. And Alan, start a conversation when you're ready.
OK.
Don't overthink it.
OK, yep, right. Smells good.
It's just spag bowl.
I didn't mean the dinner.
Well, you never normally come in till it's cold. I'm sorry to go on. I just don't want you to feel like I'm complaining because I want to spend time with you.
Hey, baby girl. Just been out on my bike. My motorcycling's important to me. You know that. But you know the best part of the journey? Riding that steel horse back home to you.
Try it without the accent.
Me or her?
You.
OK, but the general direction...
Forget all that. Both of you sit at the table.
OK.
Now, let's just pretend that she's your actual wife.
Yeah. Look, I wish I could spend more time with you.
See, I hear you saying that, but I don't feel it.
Then we'll figure something out, but you're going to have to stop going on at me. I'm sorry if I've got a gift that people enjoy and I find very satisfying. I'm sorry that you don't have that because for some reason God didn't give you any talent.
Shall we stop there?
Yeah, that felt good. Less morning has broken, more morning has soaken, since every morning I have soaken or soaked my bed with perspiration. For this is the night sweats. This is the amount of sweat squeezed from the pillow of an ordinary sleeper. It's empty. This is the amount of sweat squeezed from my sheets after they were passed through a mangle. For I have the night sweats. But it's not just sweat I'm lying in, it's shame. I'm tired of waking up twizzled in damp duvet. Something needs to change. Gate. So, I've come to the blandly named West Sussex Sleep Clinic. After filling in a needlessly detailed questionnaire, it was time for Jim Jams and watery squash. These are my co-sleepers. Hi, Janet. They are amongst the worst sleepers in Britain. They are absolutely hopeless at it. But the chinwag over a glass of squash reminds us that we're not suffering alone. But our collective lack of sleep has rendered us all pretty irritable. Malcolm, there in the green sweater, thinks he's the bee's knees when he's not. Janet seems to think we want to know all about her. And Paul, Stripey Paul, is sad because he's got a dead dog. I'm going to make my excuses before someone gets chinned. Back in my room, with my head sporting more cables and lights than my assistant's modem, I was ready. And so to sleep, perchance to sweat. Fascinating stuff, and I'm joined by the clinic's sleep disorder consultant, Dr. Susan Lyle. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You took a peep at my sleep. What did you reap?
Okay, so yes, reviewing that night, so we can see that you were really quite restless, yeah, and quite fidgety here as well, but that's really very common, especially with light sleepers. It's really the brain's reluctance to enter into sleep mode.
Busy.
But it's also a sign of stress and anxiety as well, which we know can be a key cause of heavy nighttime perspiration.
I'm just going to spool on.
There's a moment coming up here which is something I think you should see, because what happens around about 1:30 is you enter something called stage 4 of NREM, and it seems that the cause of your night sweats is actually a different condition.
What?
I think what we're seeing here is parvor nocturnus, or night terrors.
Oh my God. The last time my legs flailed like that was in a tent during an altercation with what I can only describe as a very big bee.
So what sort of thing do you have nightmares about? What scares you? So you've not been involved in anything traumatic or upsetting?
I recently abseiled down the side of the Shard for charity.
What? When?
Or was that a dream? I was doing it for the RSPCA, so yeah, so
that must have been a dream.
Must
have been a dream. It's very disturbing.
Don't want to talk about him anymore. Tell me about you. You work at the clinic where I went, but I didn't see you.
Oh, no, but I could see you on the monitor. Well, I've worked there for 12 years, so yes, I've watched thousands of people sleeping.
Right, and do you enjoy it?
Yes, I love it. It's very rewarding.
Right, and why?
Well, something about observing patients as they sleep. I feel like I'm a guardian angel, you know, watching over them, protecting them.
But how are you protecting them?
Well, in that they're in my charge, so I could harm them, but I choose not to. So I suppose in that regard I'm protecting them from the darker side of human nature that is within us all.
Susan, great having you on the show. I don't have any more questions. Simon, do you? No. Good. I'm going to let you go.
I'm happy to talk more. You don't want me to stay for the phone?
Nah. Instead, let's talk to viewers and ask, what do you dream about? The lines are open, so tell us what you ponder in the land of Nod. So rare birds' eggs are being scrambled for Russian oligarchs, and Bill Oddie goes apeshit. He shows up at Claridge's wearing his Twitcher's jerkin, and the pockets are full of every conceivable explosive.
I got the picture.
He walks in to the buffet area, the breakfast buffet. People turn round. They say, "Isn't that the man from Springwatch?" Someone else says, "Wasn't he once one of the goodies?" "Yeah, not anymore. Now he's a baddie." Seconds later, carnage. Oddie is like a bearded Catherine wheel scything through the crowd. Ironically, the oligarchs wearing the leather jackets are protected from the worst of the blast, but an innocent couple from the northeast on a city break are vaporised.
Sorry, are you asking me a specific question?
Yes.
And that question is if an RSPB neo-fundamentalist was radicalised, Oddie sacrificed himself, and the rest of them holed up in Wookiee Hole and I was sent to neutralise the threat, how would I proceed?
Simples.
You really want to know?
Yeah, let's hear it. Hand-to-hand combat, commando style.
Do you mind if I stand up?
No, please.
Take the floor.
Take the floor. The floor is yours. You have the floor.
So, in Special Forces, we're given licence to use bespoke techniques, improvised weaponry, that sort of thing. My favourite for hand-to-hand combat is this brass knuckle, which I've adapted. I've stuck a protruding blade on one side, very sharp. What I would do is, when I'd attack the first insurgent, punch him full in the face as hard as I could until I felt a splinter of bone, that his nose was truly shattered. And then, as he's toppling backwards, grab hold of him with your right hand and bring my hand back with the blade like an arc across his throat, severing one or preferably both of the carotid arteries. You've got to be careful here because you've got to avoid the squirt of the jet of blood because, you don't want to be blinded moving on to the next fella. It's quite weird, this, actually, because if you get it right, the neck opens up completely, yawns back like a Muppet's mouth.
Oh, my God.
So then you let them drop, take care not to trip over them. I've seen that happen. And then you repeat and adapt, you repeat and adapt, you repeat and adapt, you repeat and adapt, you repeat and adapt until the cave is clear. It's very bloody, but it's quick and it's quiet, and that's why I like it. Any questions?
No.
Yeah, which Muppet?
You rejoin us on Mid-Morning Matters. Tommy Gaskell, survival expert, still with us. And on line 2, we have Sophie. Sophie, what's your tongue twister?
Did that man hurt the Muppet?
No, love, he didn't hurt any Muppets. He simply dispatched some terrorists from a radicalised RSPB in Wookiee Hole. It was simply that when he slit the throats of the bad people, they resembled the mouths of Muppets. Hope that answers.
Did they get better?
Did they get better?
We cleared the cave.
No one survived, Sophie. He cleared the cave.
And when the man hurt the other men, did the man feel bad?
Did you feel bad?
It's my job.
No, he didn't feel bad, Sophie. Hilary Couchman, Dr. Hilary Couchman. How long have humans been swearing?
Well, curse words or vulgarities go back really as far as language itself. But when it comes to written English, we find profanities cropping up from the 13th century.
So, something like this. Should I wear gloves to handle
The
this?
protocol is that the curator handles the material.
Oh, OK, right. I'm pretty sure I've seen Dr. David Starkey handling stuff like this on TV. And I've even seen them let Tony Robinson have a fiddle.
The protocol is the curator handles the material.
You said that. Do they ever let you guys go to an area just to relax? Because they should do. Maybe that should be part of the protocol. Swearing, swear words.
One of the more prominent words is the word f***, but c***, too, is also common across the Germanic and Scandinavian languages. We also find uses of piss,
Couple
shit,
beeps now. What areas would these profanities emanate from? I'm thinking Manchester, Liverpool.
no, from across the whole country.
OK.
Now, what we have here are parish records from Drayton in Shropshire.
When would that be?
1295.
That's what these trousers cost.
So What these documents show is how the earliest instances of swear words were typically found in the names of places or people. So surnames often describe what someone was or did.
Right.
Here we have a listing for Henry F***a-beggar.
Goodness me.
Now back then, the word f*** didn't have its current meaning.
Okay.
It actually referred to hitting or striking.
Right, good. Well, hence the phrase, let's hire some Albanians to f*** him up.
So there are terms that have fallen out of use. So here in 1740, we have the term Rantalian, which means one whose scrotum is so relaxed as to be longer than his penis.
One wonders whether that's due to a truncated member or distended testes.
Well, I guess it's just chicken and egg. We also find some fairly vulgar slang words for penis, such as beard splitter and arse opener, whilst fellatio was known as bagpiping.
Oh, makes sense.
In the 1785 book, the Classical Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue, we find the term to huffle. Would you like to have a guess at what that means?
Oh, gosh, I'll have a bash. To huffle, the act of putting my head between a lady's breasts and huffling. That's, you get the picture.
No, it's another word to fellate.
Right, okay.
I always find it amusing when I ask people that question, what answer I'll get.
Right, well, that's an interesting part of the protocol. Thank you very much, Dr. Hilary Mantell.
Couchman.
One who likes to squat over another...
It's my surname.
Right, yes, of course. Dave, what was the worst thing you did? God help us.
Oh, you mean the tramps?
Yeah, no, God, no. One rung below that.
Oh, I remember once I broke into someone's back garden and had a fight with a snowman. You know, I had so much premium lager coursing through me, I thought he was from the council.
It's good to see you laugh, Dave.
Oh, you've got to laugh, Alan.
Although tears sometimes help. Tears can help. Tears would help.
I've done all my crying, Alan. I like to think I'm a barrel of laughs, because a barrel of tears is good for nothing.
Yeah, well, it's just a bucket of brine, isn't it? It's great that you're upbeat, Dave, but it could do with being a little bit sadder.
My glass is always half full, Alan.
Wasn't that the problem?
You've got a son, haven't you?
Oh, don't go there, Alan. You get me going.
Oh, I can imagine. I think someone once told me that you'd swapped his scale extric for some cocaine on Christmas Day.
Well, it was a packet of Daz, as it turned out. Yeah, I always joke, actually, about that, Alan, that I got cleaned out. I mean, you know, it is really sad.
You don't sound sad. You don't sound sad. Be sad. You're listening to Alan Partridge.
There is a reason I don't talk about my son. Well, you wouldn't talk about it, would you? If your son came up to you and said, Dad, will you put me on your shoulders so I can pick the apples from the tree for apple pie and custard? And I say, no, son, because I'm pissed. And then I say, I've got an even better idea, son. Why don't we play this new game? It's called Invisible Dad, where someone who looks exactly like me lies on the sofa all afternoon watching Bargain Hunt, while the real me, Invisible Dad, will come out into the back garden in 5 minutes' time, and we'll play together all afternoon, son, quietly. But I'm on the sofa half an hour later, and I can hear my little boy out in the garden talking to no one. And do you know what I did? I turned up the volume to drown him out with David Dickinson.
Oh, God.
Fast forward 2 years, and I'm sitting in a room with a circle of chairs, and I'm saying, my name's Tom Barrington, and I'm an alcoholic.
Sorry, who's Tom Barrington?
Oh, that's my real name.
You changed your name to Dave Clifton?
Yeah. Fast forward again to a summer's day last year. I've got my son on my shoulders saying, Daddy, I can reach the apples. And all I could think was, so can I, son. So can I. And that's what I do, Alan. Every day I just try and reach the apples.
Thank you, Dave. I used to think you were a right Burke, but I realise now that's only half the story.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you something else. I hope you keep reaching those apples every day, because... And if you can't find it in your hearts to find 3K for a guy like Dave Clifton, then I won't bother coming in tomorrow, because I'll be at an orchard behind Dave Clifton on a bicycle with a basket full of apples, and then we'll go home and together we'll bake an apple pie and feed it to his son. And I'll tell you something else, Dave.
What?
I'm bringing the custard. What's the time is 12:45.
Hugs are not drugs.
Cuddles, not ruddles. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I completely forgot about you. Sorry.
Now, this one, it's called White Diamond. Perhaps another one of Kirsty Allsop's bridesmaids.
Did you have a drink before you came on?
It's champagne, lime cordial, big slug of Cointreau, white grape juice, and egg white.
Like poached egg?
Oh, no, it's raw.
For God's sake, Rosie.
What?
You can't eat raw egg. It's a raw egg,
No,
Rosie.
it's a common ingredient.
Sorry, just a disclaimer. Please don't try this at home. Rosie's attempted it here, but in controlled conditions with first aiders on hand. Please cook your eggs. Be safe. Be egg safe.
Rosie, let me pick your brain. Because me and my mum, we always go to Queen's for the tennis.
Like this one.
The first cocktail afternoon of the summer. What would you make for that?
It'd have to be a rosemary champagne fizz. So gin, grapefruit and champagne. It's English, it's fun, it's summer.
Those are the new cocktails, but what about the classics? Rosie, what do you think is the most popular cocktail in Britain?
Espresso martini.
Alan, what do you think?
Mine's gone blank. Shandy.
Well, we hit the streets of Nottingham to find out which came out on top.
And we're off.
That was great. Oh, really, it's okay.
Smells of stuffing. Oh, it's you.
Just to say, I've looked into the annual reports, and it turns out Jenny earns slightly more than you.
Okay.
It's to do with the way the deal is structured. It's an accounting quirk.
Okay.
It's only about £200, but it just means she's higher than you in the list of the BBC's best paid presenters.
Okay.
You okay?
Okay, I'm okay.
So you're in a bit of a pickle. You want more, but you don't want to complain because women have got a bit big for their boots.
Yeah, all right, Lynn, that's for the car, but thanks for the intel. Have a white sparkle.
Okay, places, people.
You like egg, don't you?
And we're back in 5, 4.
So there we have it. The mojito is Britain's favourite cocktail. And Rosie, you're making us one to end the show.
I am. Now, the secret to a good mojito is not to overdo the mint. So, it's lime juice, sugar, a little mint, they're already in the shaker.
Go on, make it then.
And, yes, a handful of ice and a good slug of rum.
Oh, I love rum.
And then you give it a good shake.
Stop looking at me.
Certainly gave that what for.
Would you like to have a go,
No,
Alan?
not me. I never know where to look when I do that sort of thing. It requires a certain kind of confidence that, for whatever reason, I don't have. That's why I don't play the maracas. Give it here. All right.
Stiff.
It's loosening.
Very stiff.
You got it?
All right.
Okay. Take me, take it. I don't know why I did that.
Rosie, thank you very much for joining us. That was great.
It was great. It was really great. What are you doing with my jacket? Sorry for bollocking you before about the raw egg thing. But don't do that again.
Oh, and I believe Simon has an email. Simon.